Stop wasting time. Join the party nation. Party nation. Party nation. I'm eating chicken salad. Don't ask me why. It is very delicious, though.
Wow.
I said, don't judge me. What's up, Draven? Mayberry. Ugh.
If you ever want to join our stream, just let us know. We can send you a link.
Yeah. What's up, Draven? You're more than welcome to join if you aren't doing anything. What's up, one Marvel fan? What's up, Ragu? Yeah, we know you got little Draven. But what is up, everybody? Welcome to another Party Nation. I don't know where everybody is because I don't police them, so they'll straggle on in here eventually. But this is how it all started. Just me and a disembodied 3-dubs. Good times. Just me and my snacks.
It actually started with you, and then it was me, because I was like, "Hey, you need someone else," and then bam, I'm stuck for 3 years.
Very true. Very true. What's up, Cameron? Yes, Ragu, 1 month until Captain America 4, and apparently this will be the shortest Captain America movie ever. Which I do not have a problem with that. As long as the movie is good. A movie does not have to be over 2 hours to be good.
I just hope that slow scenes aren't like where you're basically it's the scene goes on, but you feel like you've been there for like 30 minutes. I hope that doesn't happen.
And honestly, the way I feel about it, it did need to be a long movie. It's your classic espionage spy thriller. They're going back to that after having those like the last Captain America film was really, really, really big. I believe that Seth Rollins' scenes are cut because he had a lot to do with the Serpent Society, and it doesn't seem like the Serpent Society is a big plot thread in this film anymore. I don't know, but they could have also replaced him with Giancarlo Esposito. So I mean, if they did that, I mean, I feel for the guy, but yeah, I saw that interview as well. It's just like that whole situation is like a watch this space type thing, I guess. We'll find out when we see the movie, but yes, the film is a month away. Comes out next month on Valentine's Day. So yeah, for one, I'm looking forward to it. I've been excited about this movie since they announced it back in 2021. Like they announced this film right after Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended. That's when they announced this. Like it made me go get the Captain America shield and everything. So like I'm very excited for this film. What about you, 3-dubs? Are you glad Sam is finally getting this time to shine?
Yes, very.
And we're finally getting adamantium, which brings me to my next thing. Bo DeMayo is back. He's back on Twitter, putting his foot in his mouth. Bo said that that the film does look promising, but they find it weird that they're introducing adamantium in this way, which seems like they're trying to rush the X-Men and rush to Wolverine. To which I replied and I questioned him. Well, if that's the case, then Captain America: The First Avenger introduced vibranium. Do you think they were trying to rush to Black Panther? I stole that take from Phil, but he had a very, very, very logical question. Like that's a very logical question. That take does not make sense, and it just seems like Bo, ever since being let go by Disney and Marvel, has just been hating on any and everything. I mean, I get you're salty about no longer being a part of the Marvel machine, but you don't have to be salty 24/7. Either way it goes, you're not getting your job back.
Everyone's sick, apparently. Taj, Ronan.
Ronan, you get out that bed. I told you not to get sick.
You should be over the weather. Let's get over the weather, not under the weather. That's
I
terrible.
told, I told you not to get sick, Ronan. We had this conversation. Now I'm sad.
What's funny is I'm like the one of the few in my area that isn't sick. 'Cause,
What's up, Mike?
Yo, what's going on?
it's going.
Draven said, "Rest in peace to Ronan. He was a good one." That's actually hilariously like dark. Look
Yeah.
at Draven with the dark
I'm a
humor.
little under the weather. I'll try to jump in. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah, no, I gotta pick up my wife in a little bit. Not now, but I got in like another hour. So I'm just came home from work. I'm eating my food. So
What are you eating?
if I put it on camera, that'd be IP infringement. But you make an educated guess, my brother.
That would be IP infringement for posting food.
Well, because there's royalties and they might have to,
Oh,
yeah.
is
Burger
it
King.
No. I'm asking Lance.
KFC?
You're warm. You're warm.
Popeyes?
There you go. Bingo.
What did you get?
I was good. What I get 2-piece combo, one breast and one thigh, mild, and also a sweet tea. You can't half sweet and half unsweet tea because their sweet tea is diabetic. But I gotta.
If it's
I gotta.
half unsweet and half sweet, does that still make it sweet?
It makes it less sweet because
Less
you
sweet,
have the
less
balance.
sweet.
Less
Yeah.
sweet because you have the balance. You listen. Any black person will tell you when we go into and we actually appreciate our cholesterol levels. We know that we have to have half sweet and half unsweet tea because just asking for sweet tea, depending where you go, it can just be diabetical. It comes with defibrillator after I'm done.
Yeah. And honestly, I have to like I'm getting up there in age. My doctor told me I have to. Last time I went to the doctor, they said my blood pressure stuff was just a tad bit high for their liking. So I've been watching
Yeah,
it.
for both of us. I'm like,
You
listen,
have 5 kids, so it's understandable.
I told the doctor that, but they still want to check.
yeah. I would just say, and we won't have to address it, but I love the chat this morning.
Oh,
That was
that was
hilarious.
hey, that was funny.
Like, I was at my desk. With like everybody was tagging in, just throwing punches.
No, but it's like it's a logical thing. Like 3 Dubs.
It absolutely is.
Do you know? I don't even know his actual. I know his name is Ryan, but like I guess his YouTube name is like Nerd Ryan. Was he ever on like council?
He was, but I mean, I can't find his channel or none of that. So it's like I'm usually good at this. I do my detective work, So it's like, but I can't find Jack Squat. Even typing the name.
Yeah, me either. Well, it
Nerd
was
Ryan.
yes. So basically,
Um,
it's like how he says he sees like everything, like all. He told us he saw Superman over.
I was like, oh really?
And then like Mike was saying that he got the Draven. I sent you a link if you're free. He said he had got the like Mike got the screener for the new Jamie Foxx film that drops on Netflix this weekend. So like
Yeah.
Chainsaw was like, I just got my screener. He's like, did anybody else see this? So Ryan was like, yeah, I got it. I just didn't watch it. I sometimes I just turn down screeners from like Netflix and Paramount, because
And
they're gonna
yeah.
stream anyway. I said, well, then by that logic, shouldn't you turn down screeners from everything else because they're gonna either be in
is it
theaters
that
or
guy?
stuff? Is that how did you find him? Is
I
that
just
him?
typed Nerd Ryan.
No, that ain't him. Wait, is
That
it?
ain't
No,
him.
that ain't him.
No.
No. He never sent me the link to his channel. Yeah, that's not him.
Well, Draven, hope your toe is feeling better. Man.
Wait, what happened
That's
to
the
Draven?
Nothing. He just had a small situation with his toe, his big toe, I believe. But he's okay now.
Oh,
Hope
he
it feels
Wow,
broke his
good.
much delay is on the stream? Jeez. That was like 20 minutes ago.
Well, he also has a toddler, so that's probably why he's not available right now in the moment.
I mean,
But I have a question.
I have 4
Okay.
kids. They're all in their room minding their business.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good now.
So I have a question though.
Yep.
I didn't know Flash was not a popular character.
You know, that was news to me when Andy Muschietti decided to make those statements. It's not popular with women. And what else did he say?
This is not a popular character in general, even after a show that came out for 9 seasons.
Yeah. And
the-
said women don't care about it. Yeah. So I'm
See,
like, wow.
I listen. I had no complaints with Andy Muschietti. I'm still, interested in Welcome to Derry. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, like it and stuff. Like, yeah,
I enjoy him as a director and everything, but I mean, I think the elephant in the room when you can't just acknowledge, hey, you know what? This movie has been delayed for over 10 years, and and also our lead star is criminal. So it's like that doesn't
the fact
help.
that Grant Gustin was 25 when they first announced this movie.
I remember it was episode 2 of season 1 when the announcement of a Flash movie was announced. Just like when they announced the Aquaman movie, was it, I think
they
Green
used
Lantern.
the CW to promote it.
Yes, all of that. They announced the police for the press announcement. They made that announcement after the second episode of Flash airing, and Stephen Amell had a big issue with that. And he wasn't wrong. I mean, again, after your second episode, you announce another actor to play Flash, but then at the same time, that movie doesn't come out for another almost 10 years. When the show's done.
Honestly, that was terrible. Like, I remember sitting back. Like, this is when me and my wife were just dating. So I was at mom's house with her, and I'm just sitting back, and I'm watching the whole, because they brought in Kevin Smith to talk about like the landscape of the DCEU and everything. I said, so you're really gonna air this on the CW after an episode of Flash? Like, you're really gonna air this right now? Like, this is terrible. Like, this is a dumb decision. Like, who's in charge? I was like, this was so.
His name is Walter. Deaf. His name is Walter Hamada, and I was
like it was so tone deaf.
Yeah, that was foreshadowing.
But for them to say that, it's like nobody cares about. People cared about the Flash for 9+ years. People still care about the Flash because why? It on Netflix alone, it's still in the top trending shows. Yeah. Like, I people are going to be watching the Flash for years to come. Wow, Ronnie, you sound hot. What happened, buddy? Did you get the ick?
Dude, what's weird is that I was getting better, and then out of the blue, it came back knocking, and I was like, "Fuck it."
It's one of those strains that as soon as it goes away, there's a new strain that takes over.
Yeah, I was like, God damn it! I was gonna eat ice cream already. Nope.
Cold and flu season has been rough this year, like legit, like the stomach flu. There's so many things going around. Like, y'all, legitimately just got to be careful. Like, 2 of my kids were, my youngest 2 are down this week. Like, my kindergartner has not been to school for today or yesterday. I can't risk it. And the baby has not been to daycare. They did not go out Sunday at all. And I'm keeping my oldest 2 away from them. Like, a bottle of Lysol is their best friend. Like, legit. Like, I spray down everything because I'm like, this is crazy.
I'm not a people person, so I rarely get sick because I never interact with people.
What about the girlfriend that you told us about?
Well, she's like the exception, but besides that,
Romeo.
But I hope you feel better, Miguel.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I'd rather be doing this now than later when I gotta start doing events. Like, I prefer this now.
You'll be fine.
Elderberry, I don't even like family gatherings.
Yeah.
Elderberry is gonna be Elderberry. I swear by it. Elderberry.
Yeah.
Ginger shots, all of that stuff. I swear by the herbal stuff now. Like When I got sick after COVID, bro. Remember how long I was sick?
Yeah.
Like from the end of July all the way to almost the middle of September. When
Yeah.
when I was getting over it a little bit, my barber just walked up to me. He's like, "Here, take these elderberry green teas and
Yep.
just drink that." Bro, knocked it out completely. Like I
Yep.
was good.
That's what I'm
Yep.
doing right now. Just a bunch of tea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like herbs are like the best way to go. Using herbs, sweating it out as much as you can.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. Yeah.
Humidifier.
Taj, how did you walk through a drive? Like, did they yell at you for walking through the drive-thru? Why did you walk through the drive-thru? Is the question.
Because he's a rebel, man. That's slick. That's some smooth stuff right there.
He just
Like-
jogs.
Like I could see you doing that. Omega, you're always late. Where are you? It starts at 5 now, bro. We've discussed this numerous times. You are him, and he is you, and we are they, and Darren is Santa Claus.
We are Venom.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah, I still have not seen that yet.
Venom
What?
3.
Film
Yeah, I
3?
still have not seen that yet.
You don't have to. Don't
I
even
mean-
worry about it.
Mike,
It
could I
is
add that to
watchable.
my list of reviews for 2025?
Yeah, if you want to, because it's if you're first time viewing it.
No, I'm asking him for the Critical Association stuff. Like, Mike, could that work
Oh.
for my for one of my reviews?
He's gone.
He probably went to go throw away his Popeyes, the delicious Popeyes.
It might.
How did you forget? But you're here. I sense racism. Yep, that's what that is. So, anywho, back to the subject of the Flash not being popular. Do you think this will backfire on him, like these statements? Because it's basically like trying to shift the blame. Like honestly, rewatching the Flash, the movie, first watch, I was cool, and then I was thinking like, okay, maybe some of this, some of the CGI, maybe it was purposeful, but some of it was just the purposeful ones. I thought was just the CGI recreations of actors that had passed away. You did not need to use CGI to recreate Nicolas Cage. Maybe the Chrono Bowl scene was purposeful, but it still looked bad. But when they double down and say all the CGI in the movie was finished, half the Ben Affleck Batman scenes at the beginning of the film
It was
were
over.
like completely CGI.
Yeah. Even
Like
Michael
his
Keaton.
face, he looked like clay, bro. Like it looked like claymation for the
Hey,
first
Omega.
half.
Welcome.
He
What's
put
up,
more
brother?
effort.
Hey,
He put more effort into the
So what
Michael
y'all doing?
Keaton Batman scenes than he did with wow.
I caught it too. I didn't know anybody caught it, but it's okay. Okay. All right.
What just happened?
I mean,
I
by
have
the
no
way
idea.
Darren's beard looking, I probably would have put him up on the first row, but that's just me.
Oh my gosh. Talking in the
I
Beatles
passed
movie.
him some of that Jamaican castor oil. See, now look at his beard looking flesh.
Body of my
I mean, I'm putting you guys first because you're the show.
Oh, I appreciate it. But Darren is the show. It just started. He just arrived.
Well, he does have a thingamajig.
Oh, now you put me
Emma.
back up. I didn't say put me down. Put me back up. So that's what you're not gonna do.
Well, since you asked.
I'm just playing.
But like seriously though, do you guys think this will backfire on him?
He will
It'll
not.
probably rob people the wrong way, but I don't know. Like it also has to do with his It show. How that good is that show gonna do? Like
Yeah, I think his placement on that movie, like we don't know what's going on with that, right? I would not be shocked if they got someone else for that movie, but it wouldn't be because of
Yes.
this. It wouldn't be because of this situation. It would be because of other things going on, either a new direction with the thing, with his It series, with them just like them waiting so long to get that movie up off the ground. I don't think people like in a week no one's gonna give a shit about that statement. Like no, like even now people don't really give a shit about that statement. It's like, oh, that's dumb. All right, let's
it's
move
just
on.
shocking that he would
Right.
like
It's dumb. Yeah, it's
I hate when directors try to blame the fans for a movie
Right.
not doing well. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
bro, you can't
Never
blame
goes
me
well.
because you got put on a film that's been in development hell since I was 18.
They had 6
My-
directors.
It's not
on the
wise.
movie.
It's not
No.
wise, but like what the thing is that like somebody told me that like the perspective is that he was fucked either way by the time this movie came out because
Right.
of situations of development, Ezra doing his thing, and but to me,
He was doing
you
his
know,
thing. All right.
objectively, I think Ezra did 2 good performances. I sympathize at times in with the character in the movie, and like I love what Sasha did. Michael Keaton was just smooth as hell, in my
Sasha
opinion.
got the short end of the stick. Sasha definitely
Yeah.
got the short end.
Yeah, I still hope one day that we get, if not in the continuity, an Elseworld story with her, Supergirl. Like
I
she was
love
phenomenal,
that.
in my opinion. Like,
I
but you
like
know,
it. Her and Michael Keaton were the highlight of the film, and I really want them to play the character again.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Black Adam situation. The JSA was the best
Yeah.
part of that movie. It's
Yeah.
the same
Yep.
thing. How long when that movie was in development?
Well,
And like,
I actually did like The Rock's performance in some aspects of what he did.
No,
I love The
like-
Rock, but no, I
I
just saw
disagree.
him.
I rebuke.
Yeah, I was.
I liked some of the, like I said, some, not all.
I
I'm
remember
just
the
saying,
needle
I
drops
know
more than
when the
his
Rock is
performance.
putting dedication. The only dedication he put in that damn movie was the marketing,
Yeah.
not
I
his performance.
respect how much he loves the character, and my love stops there. Right? It's like I understand you love the character. I think that's great, but you also kind of fucked the whole thing up. You know, you kind of messed up the whole system.
And I think he has it in him. That's why I'm looking forward to his A24 movie with as a kickboxer. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
no more. You're not in the main highlights. You're not in the big budget movies. You're doing a small movie. Let's see what you got because
Right.
I think he has it in him to do so. Like even this is a weird thing, but like something that's having like pointy ears as Black Adam would have been like, oh, okay, he's at least doing something with
Yeah.
the character stuff, not just looking like himself in a suit. And I remember at Comic Con, he gave away a bunch of IMAX tickets to fans, and I was like, huh, is this because they're sensing that this might not track well? And I don't know. All I remember of that movie was like the JSA and you gotta wait till the end credit scene. You gotta
Yeah.
wait.
It might be the scenes that I like, not the action, like the actor acting. It's more like, you know, when he punches through the door where he punches through a Superman shield.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I like those particular scenes. I didn't
What I
like,
did not like about the Black Adam film, I hate how in like shows and films how okay, so the kid was a huge Superman fan, right?
Yeah.
If this is in the DCEU world, I feel as if that they could have done something along the lines of what Shazam did. If they didn't want to show Henry Cavill's face on a poster, at least show the crest. You use images from legit DC comics. You have Superman from Superman Rebirth on a poster, like one of the most popular posters, one of the most recognizable ones. You have that, but that does not look like the Superman that's in this continuity. Like that through I hate when
Yeah.
they do that in TV shows. I hate when they do that in movies. Like for the Flash TV show, all the merchandise that they used in the Flash Museum was made to look exactly like Grant Gustin. When Arrow showed up, they literally used the action figures that they made in real life to look like Stephen Amell, to look like Grant Gustin. Why
Yeah.
can't the films do that? That's weird. Maybe that's something that will change with James Gunn, but like all of that merchandising and marketing that was done in the Black Adam, like all of that stuff, like bro, you have short blonde hair Aquaman on this boy's wall. Like
I
Yeah.
think
that's
it's more
weird.
like a homage to certain like comics to where they like throw in some Easter eggs for the fans that love those comics.
I get that, but if you're gonna have it, then if you're gonna
If you want
have
to be
it
comic
that
accurate,
big,
where's the
Yeah.
Vulcan ears? Huh?
Yeah.
yeah,
If you want to be that comic accurate, and let's play it all
Exactly.
way. Don't just
Exactly.
half-ass it. That's what I'm saying. Be about it.
But-
Pick one, man.
Even if
Exactly,
his Gondor accent, like
Yeah,
immediately
where's
he
the
had-
accent?
he-
Where's
he
the
was-
acting?
he was talking regular the entire movie.
Yeah.
When he
Superheroes
got-
don't
when
kill
he
people. I do.
when he said Shazam again, he did not get old. He just was like his head was CGI'd on a skinny dude's body.
Yeah.
Just like Steve Rogers.
Like he's supposed to immediately like die. So
Yeah, you're supposed to be dead when he said it. Like, listen, they could have made a mere copy. Good, it was at that time. I think even when the Suicide Squad movie came out, like all DC fans, we were like, listen, we got like a few animated movies that did exactly the same thing you were trying to do in these movies, but better.
Mhm.
So you had the Assault on Arkham,
Yes.
which is in-game canon to the
Yeah.
video games. That movie was a better Suicide Squad movie than the actual Suicide Squad. Both of them, in my opinion. But
Ooh, I know.
yeah, but also you have was it Shazam? Even though I thought the first Shazam was all right, but I could have give you a Superman sequel, a Black Adam movie, and a Shazam movie all in one. Three for the price of one. With the Shazam and Superman Shazam movie that they animated movie they had, where Black Adam was the villain.
oh, that is free, and it wasn't even long. That
It wasn't
film is
even long.
amazing.
No.
That film is amazing. I love watching that. Like,
Yeah, but
like,
nah,
it's just crazy how when you look back on the DCEU and you think about the missteps and it's like the cast was perfect. Honestly, if the directors were allowed to do their own thing, if they did not have to worry about studio interference, that's what held the DCEU back. You could tell, and honestly, the only studio interference was really like a major thing back in the early days. They stayed messing with Zack Snyder. They stayed messing with David Ayer.
Yeah.
They left Patty Jenkins alone. They left
Yeah.
Shazam alone. Like the Shazam
James.
one was good. Like they left all of them alone.
James Wan.
They left James Wan alone. They probably should have interfered with Shazam 2 just a little bit. They probably should have.
Anyone
You know,
know?
did a test
Wait,
screening.
hold on. They shouldn't interfere at all because what they wanted to do with Man of Steel was why did the
Yeah,
planet?
send him
How is he
home.
going? Why is his planet destroyed? Bring it back.
Like it's very telling that the first few movies in the DCEU needed ultimate editions to try to change the public's perception of them. The ultimate editions of BBS and the ultimate edition of Suicide Squad are amazing. Zack Snyder's Justice League is arguably better than the Whedon
Justice League.
Justice
The
League.
Justice
Like
League?
the Justice League. Like nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny that. Some of Zack's creative decisions, everybody may not agree with. Like, honestly, if Zack would have got another chance and it could have just been his, a lot of the stuff probably would have got like the whole thing with Bruce Wayne getting Lois pregnant. I don't agree with half of that crap.
Damn.
Killing Dick Grayson. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
But nobody can deny Henry Cavill literally looks like super. If he would have had a really, really, really good script, if he would at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, even in the black suit, he was more charismatic. He was more happy. It was no fake mustache lip thing. Like he felt like Superman, and I was so happy. It
had been a while since I've seen an actor reference the comics during interviews. Like he would tell people, like people would ask him, "What you gonna do with Clark if you could do more?" And he'd be like, "Have you read DC Rebirth?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And it's a one thing to say, "Oh yeah, I've read the comic," but like he knew detail about what DC Rebirth was doing with the character. And
man knows his shit.
And like I look back at it now, and I'm like, there was also the point that the studio or the DCU was trying to catch on the MCU. And what I love about James is that James has never said we're going to catch up. We're like, you know what? We're going to focus on DC characters.
He's focused on storytelling, and I love.
We're going to do our thing.
Exactly.
Whether people like it or not, we're not going to focus on the other team. We're going to focus on us and make DCU just as knowledgeable beyond the Trinity. Which to me,
And
that feels like someone grew up with the Justice League Unlimited cartoons. That feels like someone
Like-
was like, you know what? There's more to this world than just those 3 characters.
Because
Those
they
3
didn't have
characters
to
are
give
important.
single episodes to Justice League Unlimited. Like the fact of like you
Yeah.
think that's too much, but as a child, even after 20 years later, I still remember certain of those characters, even though I might not remember their names. But then I'm like, oh, I remember that character that was from. And then Flash is, I think, aside from Smallville, Flash was really the only show, honestly, that was kind of going back and pulling certain characters. Yes, to a certain point, Arrow,
Yeah.
but like Flash really was the one. They're bringing characters like Shade and other characters, like it was like a bunch.
Firestorm. Yeah.
Firestorm,
Yeah.
all those things. So it's like all those characters that were put in the background. But now, what James talking about, say, listen, not saying we're not going to do those big heavy hitters. It's just the fact that we have them. Also know that we have a ton of great characters have not even been explored. But with the right stories, you can basically, check all the boxes off of having these, great iconic characters that everyone's a fan of, but also these new characters that comic fans are fan of, but not the general audience. But all they just needed was just some type of either a show or a movie where this character actually can have a great story to be in, and to the point that, hey, we don't have to rely on big heavy hitters to make profit. Like, who thought back in 2008 that Guardians of the Galaxy would be, money making property?
Yeah.
No one.
Dare I say
So-
that the Guardians is this modern era's like Star Wars, if you will, like that just came out swinging and nobody knew that much about it, and it's still like packed a punch because it was about characters.
I'm still like shocked that they got like Deathstorm, like that, like from the Blackest Night. Even though
it was cool design on that. I mean, even then, it was during that season when it was still kind of wonky, but
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was wonky,
it was still
but
cool that they did that.
I'm like that's awesome. Like they gave us like Deathstorm, they gave us Bloodwork, stuff that haven't been introduced in live action before. And
the thing with Bloodwork is, and I've and Darren can attest to this, because Eric Wallace did something with Bloodwork that an entire show could not do for another character. The problem with stuff like that, when you introduce a character that is so new, Bloodwork was introduced in the same year that Naomi was, 2016.
Yeah.
When you introduce a character that is so, they couldn't even do it with the new Wonder Girl. They couldn't even do it with her. When you introduce a character that is, and that's what made everybody think that Eric Wallace knew how to handle it. And honestly, the following season, I don't blame him. He had to try to cram in. The rest of the season 6 story, which was not bad. Where he started to falter is he started trying to focus too much on his new characters. But then again, I can't. Yes, majority of it was crap, but I can't fault him for that too much either, because everybody knows the longer a show goes, the more new characters you have to bring on, the less your mainstays want to be there. He ended up losing Carlos Valdez. He lost Tom Cavanaugh. Grant wanted to be on the show less. Candace wanted to be on the show less. And what all played into that? COVID. You came on the show and immediately went into a pandemic.
Yeah. Season 7.
Yeah.
Season 7 was cursed because obviously you're coming off of COVID. Plus you had lost Carlos, you had lost Tom, you had lost Ralph. Candace was off the show. Joe had back problems. And then at the same time, you had to introduce all these new characters that no one gave a shit about. No one gave a shit about them. And they had to be like, well, I'll throw them in there. And like what they should have done is that should have been a much more character-centered season, where then you then spent time letting your audience fall in love with these characters all over again. Because that's what season 1 is so special. Season 1 is mainly character focus. It's about, Barry working with Cisco, Barry working with Caitlin, Barry working with Joe and Iris and all these characters. And so by the time we get to season 2, we love these characters. They're some of the best in the entire Arrowverse. These new guys never got that. They just got through into the plot. They're like, all right, swim, I guess.
They got thrown into the plot because Eric Wallace made one and the other was his favorite. But then you try to shoehorn them together. You try to fit them into storylines where they don't fit. Don't try to make Chester Cisco. Carlos
Yeah.
Valdez made
Make him his own
Cisco
character.
what he is. Make him his own
Uh,
character. Like
I
that
still
was my whole
think,
thing.
still think, like all the shows, all the Arrowverse shows should have ended around Crisis because that felt like an end, like to the original story.
Oh,
Like
it definitely
it once
did. And
once Earth One completely wiped out, that entire history is done.
Yeah, but
So-
you also can't ask those writers to be like, "Oh, you're done with your whole show now." It's like, wait, we just started.
No,
or,
no,
we
no.
have-
Obviously, like have like a little glimpse of the new Earth, but don't get renewed for season 7.
Yeah, but you can't ask those showrunners and those actors to quit their show just because Arrow was done. Because that's why you did Crisis. It was because Arrow was ending. You want to have that
expand
big
on.
wrap up. Like you can't be like, all right, superhero, it's time you go now. It's like, wait, no, we want to do more.
And
that's not
even with
fair.
Supergirl, like they should have
I
ended
agree.
too because of the fact
Yeah,
that
but they didn't know that then, right? That's like being like Batwoman, being like, all right, Batwoman, one season, you're done. Get out of here. And it's like, no, we just started. We're
Remember
Speaking
that?
of Batwoman,
Remember
that
that?
should have ended too. Like
Remember that mess? Like how much, like
Ruby
instantly
Rose.
there was stuff going on, and I was happy
Bro.
for her. Like, all right, cool, she's getting a shot to be, Kate Kane, if you will. And it's just like, now. But here's the thing: regardless of how many ups and downs those shows had, and I didn't, watch all of them. I dipped in here and there to check what was going on. I felt there was more a consistent thing and a love for the universe and the TVs more than the films.
Yep.
And the films were the big hoorah. There's the big got the
Yep.
marketing and the interviews and so forth and so forth. But like those shows, I told this to Darren. Like those shows are with Just the League and Just League Unlimited are for us, for a lot of kids nowadays. And like I feel we're gonna get that expansion and even more refined tune with the DCU. That's why when I heard James Gunn saying that, we got to give more characters time to shine, like characters like the Huntress. When I heard him mention the Huntress, I was like, oh yeah, this was a geek. He's not just going for the big toys. He's a geek.
And speaking of like James Gunn and his shows, this can lead directly into like our creature commando talk. Like bro, like when I tell you that so many people doubted this show, and
Still do.
like yeah, they still do. And honestly, I'm sad it's over. That's my
Mhm.
biggest gripe, that it was only 7 episodes and they felt so short. And then you get to the finale, bro. Spoilers, it's been over a week. Like spoilers. Like I shouldn't have to say it. Y'all should have seen it. Killing off Nina. Like, and I understand you need a big death, but bro, Nina was my rat catcher too, bro. Like
Yeah.
they fit the same mold. I've said that they fit the same mold, and killing her off just felt so wrong to me, bro. Like I felt so bad. I didn't even realize 3 dipped out. I felt so bad for Nina in that moment, because it's like they didn't know if Cersei was telling the truth or not. They didn't know who to trust. And honestly, James Gunn threw us all for a loop with the princess, because I never expected that. I was on team. Okay, yeah, Cersei is playing them. Like I was, anybody could conjure up crocodile tears like Cersei was doing. Like and of course Waller was doing what Waller does.
Again.
She goes along with, she doesn't want to take any chances. So she went along with it. But
Yeah.
bro, Nina, and then Weasel's just a lost animal at this point. So he don't know what he's doing either. I was sitting there on the edge of my seat, like, what is going on? What's happening? Who's right? Who's wrong? But then when you see her try to attack the princess, and the prince, like, her eyes glow, like, what was that?
Yeah.
But it was also so many things that were left unsaid. One, how does Rick Flag feel now? All we know is that he was in the hospital. He passed back out. I felt like they left that on the cutting room floor. Like, I feel as if the finale episode, I don't know if I'm alone with this, but I feel as if the finale should have been longer. Should have flushed out more. Like, we get the new team and everything. Waller's giving them that whole own wing. Something that the Suicide Squad never did get. We get reintroduced to King Shark. That's cool. We get Nosferatu. That's cool. GI Robot is back and more jacked than ever. That's cool because GI was one of my favorite characters, and I'm glad he had to. I'm upset he had to sit out for a majority of the season. But what's up with Rick Flag? How does he feel that he was wrong and Waller was right, but you tried to convince him that he wasn't?
It's a tricky thing because I think that when we go to Superman and then Peacemaker season 2, we'll start seeing stuff that isn't too on the nose, and yet it eases a lot of concerns and questions we have. Like, to me, what's weird is that, like, a bunch of weeks ago when the show started, you kept saying Anita's my favorite, and I just remember me and Phil looking at each other and be like, "Oh, that fool doesn't know what's coming." But I feel like there's some stuff that, like, doesn't need to be fully explained, in my opinion, because to me, what mattered was that, like, this group finally felt like a team, and it came at a cost. Like, to me, as heartbreaking as Nina's tragedy was, equally sad was the look on the bride, because I think because it cost her friend to finally have some sense of livelihood, like to live a little bit, and like it was heartbreaking. You know, to me, the biggest like "fuck you" moment for me was when she got the call and Wallace like, "We made a mistake." I was like, "Oh, hell to hell with y'all! You just cost this kid's like life." And I don't know. To me, I think maybe Rick, because he respected Bride so much that he like, I hope you come back and be part of the scene. I think if he investigates and see what's happened to the princess, he'll ask the bride like, "What happened? What did you do?" And I think he may not like it, but he'll understand. I think. I don't know, but I agree that this show, it's the best compliment I can give it. That I wish it was longer. I wish it was longer, and like, but then again, animation is a difficult thing to do in this modern era with giving people enough time, and I love it. Like, to me, this might be a hot take, but I think this show is on par with the Guardians films and the Suicide Squad for me. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
it was so well done. The soundtrack, the needle drops were stellar, and I like that this was a good example of like, this is what you can do with characters beyond the big three.
Yeah.
And I feel that, like, to reassure people, like, this is not going to be the same tone for the next few projects, but the same care and time will be given to characters across DCU. I
No,
love it.
these characters definitely had some major character development. And Maddie, to answer your question, these aren't big deaths because characters like these that are introduced in squads that are meant to be expendable, this is what they're for. Creature Commandos is just the team that Waller was allowed to use because she can't do it with humans or metahumans anymore. She had to use monsters. They were meant to be expendable. It's just the one that people really attached to because she was just so innocent. Nina Mazursky was literally expendable. She was not experienced. And we see that in this episode. Like, her backstory was so tragic, seeing that she literally watched her father die right in front of her and there was nothing that she could do was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, James, like, you done hit us back to back episodes. Like, you done hit us in the heart with a lot of these stories,
thought of
bro.
something too. Like, it's kind of reminding me of Monsters vs. Aliens, the animation movie, where you need monsters to fight aliens now.
Yeah. So Darren, first of all, what are you enjoying right now?
Chicken soup.
What are your thoughts on Lay Creature, Lay Commandos? Lay your heart out. The floor is yours.
Well, I mean, it's no Naomi, that's for sure. No, I mean, I really like the show. I do.
Mike had to go pick up his wife.
Gotcha. No, I mean, I think the first episode and the last episode are probably my least favorite. Just because I think that, like, I agree with you, Lance. Everything in the show is really good. It just needed more. It needed more cooking. It was in the oven for just not enough time. You need more episodes. You needed more stuff. I think everything with this princess especially is kind of my biggest thing of the season because that's the stuff that feels kind of just half-baked. It's like, okay, there's a good thing here they're building to, and then I think, spoilers, I think you killing her at the end. I don't know. I don't know what that character was. I don't know where they were going for her.
I really want to know what was she, because seeing her eyes glow.
Yeah, like next, and I said this on my stream last night, where it's like, next season you could totally add more context to this main story and be like, oh, I was totally wrong. This does make sense now, and it makes season 1 better. But right now, I have so many questions in terms of who is she, what her plan was, what were her goals, why in this alternate future that we're never going to see, did she just kill the entire Justice League? Where did Grodd come from? All these things. Again, not bad. It's just like a little unfinished, in my opinion.
Why does she know
unfortunately.
Clayface?
Yeah.
I was like, when they were, hey, first of all, kudos to James Gunn for doing that with the security footage, like having us not be able to see it, but having us see their reaction to it, and then revealing what we saw at the end. Secondly, Princess, if you're gonna be such a criminal mastermind, you gotta be quicker on the draw. Like it's no way you pulled your pew pew slower than a literal undead corpse monster. Like it's no way you were that slow on the draw. Like when she did that and then she walked out and she cried, I said, oh, just keep hitting me in the heart. Like the bride has to be the best written character on the show.
100%. Yeah.
Like the bride is she's definitely the main character. Like it's no way around it. The bride is definitely the main character of the show. I have a feeling that we definitely will see her in live action. It's just a matter of where and what context would she actually fit. Same goes for Frankenstein. What do you guys think we'll see Eric in live action?
You don't cast
do you think
David.
David Harbour?
You don't cast David Harbour if you don't want to put him in live action. I think that's the entire point of you casting someone that kind of already looks like a Frankenstein. Like he kind of already looks like that character if you put like makeup and stuff on.
Wow.
That isn't that's not an insult.
No,
Kind of feels like it.
He's not wrong, because if you even look at the rest of the cast, like even the members that got killed off, I think they're gonna reference them as Superman, like either in a picture, like they're gonna cast like the princess, like the actress live action, but let's say they have a picture in our news cast or something behind the like a news report on TV in Superman, and then you see the actress's face on there. But even though she's not coming back again, just at least they have a point of reference to say this is a connected DC universe. But I assure you, David Harbour coming back to this live action.
Yeah, I wonder what G.I. Robot feels when they tell him what happened to Nina. That's a big question.
No, that's kind of that might hurt him because Nina was his person.
Yeah.
It also
Dr. Foster's live action is gonna be insane,
bro. Dr. Foster's is gonna be nuts, and I can't. Just makes and it's the simple details. Like you could tell which character is literally gonna be Alan Tudyk in live action, because even when we see Dr. Phosphorus before the accident, the animation looks like Alan Tudyk. Like the face, like when I first seen the trailer, I'm like, James, like you took your time. Like this looks exactly like Alan Tudyk. I mean, they got rid of Rupert Thorne kind of early, but then again, that was like 15 years prior. So that's also letting us know that this universe has been going. And James did say we'll see projects taking place in different time periods. So I'm
do
really
like
happy
their
to see where this
casting.
goes.
I do like their casting people from previous DC projects. Like for instance, Alan Tudyk was in the Stargirl. So Doom Patrol.
Yep.
So
they're
casting people from the Arrowverse, which I
keep talking.
like.
I'll be right back. You got to get these kids ready to go with their mama.
He's gotta be a dad.
Yeah.
All right,
So
it's my show now.
yep.
The puppers.
Yeah,
Um,
she's sad because her mom went to work.
Oh,
What's her
Um,
name again?
Rudy.
Rudy. How
So
rude.
So, where do we think we're going in season 2? Because if I had my way, I would like to see the ramifications of the end of the season. Like hypothetically, I think we just started a war, right? I feel like, and there's if they don't address that going into this next season, I feel like there's going to be like, but we just killed a princess of a foreign country. They're going to come after us now.
Puppy Nation.
I think so. Yeah, like I think in Superman, there's a fictional country that little kid is carrying the flag of Superman. So I wouldn't be surprised if we address that later on because, um, you know, I don't know. If that's not the case, at least deal with it within episode 2, and then move on to the next adventure, if you will. Which
Sure.
I think at this point would be like monster versus monsters, if you will. We like hunt down Frankenstein and some other allies, if you will. Like
Mm.
I hope they use some of the
No,
background.
that's
we saw in the
hunt down
cave.
Frankenstein's monster. The
Yeah,
monster wasn't really Frankenstein.
But he's Frankenstein here. His name is Eric Frankenstein.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want the same type of animation back, Darren, or no?
For this show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to keep it like within a show. But I love the idea that each like DC Universe show is going to have a different style. So I
Yeah.
want Blue Beetle to look. I mean, that might be an anime. It seems like they've said they teased that's going to be like an anime show, and then Jurassic
guns in the
League
middle.
or whatever probably going to have a different look and stuff like that.
Yeah. I hope before season 2, we see
You
these
need
characters
it.
live action at least once, even for a quick second. Like put in Dr. Varma in the makeup. Put making a physical GI robot. Like
My pitch for the end of Creatures was like your post-credit scene where it starts in animation and then you like maybe it's like Rick Flag laying down in animation and he sits up in his live action to show that it like transitions from one to the
Yeah.
other. Like I think that would have been really, and they still could or maybe they do that for Peacemaker where like we see him at the end of that show live action and he transfers the animation for Creatures or whatever. Like that could be cool.
yeah.
With Peacemaker, I can't wait to see how like he just. First of all, I was very upset when they killed Rick Flag Jr. I did not expect that. I thought Rick Flag Jr. would have remained the main character because he was brought over from the previous Suicide Squad, and they actually made him, look comic book accurate, not all rugged and bearded and kind of hot or whatever.
And he felt like the comic book character.
He felt like the comic book character,
They don't leave
definitely.
nobody behind. Like I was like, oh, I love that.
So, like, I can't wait to see what Senior does to. You okay, Darren?
Yeah, I shivered.
Oh.
Totally missed that.
Trust me.
Cameron Walker
That's it.
says, Lance, I see people having a problem with Wally being the main Flash for the DCU.
I do as well, but I'm on either or. I just love Flash, so like I'm cool with either. I would want to see a proper Barry Allen on the big screen. Don't get me wrong. Didn't they try to say like Ezra Miller's Barry was like on the spectrum or something at one point in time?
Oh, I mean,
Mhm.
I bet all Barry Allen are on.
That's why he was so like skittish. First of all, I get Ezra wanted to, take his liberties with the running, but as the director for the film and as the director for Justice League, bro, you see how Flash runs in the comics. He doesn't do the jiggly wiggly thing. So I want a completely rehab version of the Flash for the big screen. I want to see him run normal. I want to see him in a regular Flash costume, not a rubber sack
Onesie.
with it that's wrinkled. Like you see the wrinkles in it. Like the design is like really weird wrinkles. It looks like a sack, if I could, for lack of better terminology, and like just put your like your cowl is ugly. Like that was the worst.
Why are you
Flash
looking
cowl.
down there?
Like that was the worst Flash cowl in the history of Flash cowls. And like, honestly,
They made season 5 Flash Cowl
Yeah.
look like a
yeah,
masterpiece.
Yeah, like that Kyle was terrible. Maddie, you are so they could. They definitely could. Like, and I'd be all for that. But I think we will end up, start off with a Barry Allen and introduce Wally as Kid Flash. Give us a proper Flash and Kid Flash on
Yeah.
screen. Yes, we
I
had that on
Yeah,
a
that's
TV
what I
show,
want.
I
but
have a
we know how that somebody had to get knocked out for the other. And but
my worry is the absence of the Speed Force that people are saying that's not going to be a thing for the Flash. Like he's going to get his power somewhere else, somehow out, a different way.
wait, what?
Yeah, they're saying that they're going to get rid of the Speed Force for the Flash, so they don't have to jump through. Like,
Who said that?
That's
it's
for
a
the
rumor.
comics. That's
It's
for
a
the
rumor.
No.
what's the current comic line that's going on right now?
The absolute. Oh, that's for the absolute.
All in.
Oh, the Absolute.
That's for the
Okay.
absolute comics.
That's
Everybody's.
Ah.
I
origin.
thought it was a rumor for the DCU.
No.
Never mind.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Rebuke.
We've
I was
heard
about
nothing
to. I
about
was.
the Flash.
Ooh,
I rebuke.
That's
I was about to
that's
be
a rumor
pissed.
because that's a and then they have to do that because the only Flash for absolute Flash is a younger Wally West, so he doesn't have a Barry Allen, he doesn't have a Jay Garrick. It's just him as a teenager. So they have to find out a different way for him to get his origins, the same way that Wonder Woman in Absolute Batman has. I mean, in Absolute Wonder
I
Woman
mean,
has a
they did
magic
it
arm.
in they did it in oh my gosh, don't hate me, Darren, but they did it a different way in Smallville where he basically got struck by lightning and and got his powers that way. It wasn't.
But yeah, that Bart Allen was also just an amalgamation of
Right.
Barry Allen and Wally West.
Yep, he had all the fake IDs of everyone.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
that works in Smallville because that was it. There wasn't a Wally, there wasn't a Barry, there wasn't a Jay. For the DCU, you're going to want all those characters. You're going to
Yeah.
want to have multiple speedsters. So
there and James Gunn's not gonna detour from the for like the Absolute series. You can detour from that. Like Superman suit in the Absolute Superman series is like, well, it's alive. Batman is not a rich playboy. Like his dad died on a school field trip. Like everything's different. It works for that. Trying to introduce that in a film when it's that fresh in books, like we just talked about with like characters like Naomi and stuff, a lot of that stuff won't fit live action. So yeah, they're talking about the comics only because and even the comic. I sent you all the comic design for Absolute Wally West. Like he got the earrings. His suit is just like he went to just the jacket with a Flash symbol on it and like tight leather pants. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be a good read once it actually drops. But for like the films, let's stick with the Speed Force. Let's do better at understanding the Speed Force. Let's not do a Chrono Bowl for the timeline of stuff. Let's not do that. The Chrono Bowl was dumb.
Oh boy.
I think they only did that just because they wanted to do the colliding way of
Universes.
for the colliding universes for the cameos and stuff. But even then, it's like they want to try to diverge from the TV show way how they did like time travel and how they did. And I understand you want to diverge from that, but if something ain't broke, don't try to fix it, and then you end up creating more problems here. It's like as a continuous line, how Flash is like the Speed Force is animated. It ain't that complicated, and then it gives you more reign and flexibility to do other things too, like in the spectrum of time instead of being like a freaking sphere. Like it's like you want to have a cosmic treadmill, then make one, damn it. But don't have that be the freaking universe.
Oh, Mike, do you realize we're dealing with James Gunn? I think we're finally gonna get the accurate cosmic treadmill. I think we're finally gonna get the accurate cosmic treadmill. Like, I would be so hyped if they do that. Go back to how Barry used to travel in time. If they're gonna do time travel,
well, the fact that they're doing science fiction with like the bringing of science fiction with Superman, I can only guarantee you that once they have their little break or palate cleanser away from the Flash, and when they bring him back in, they bring more of the science fiction aspect, like the like the cosmic treadmill. And I don't think that's far stretched, but
you know what The Flash like speed the spear kind of remind me of is this, where it's basically he's running in place, and the way he turns is that's how he travels through time. Like that was like so ridiculous.
Gamer mouse.
Yeah, it's basically a ball mouse.
Also, I don't think they're gonna get rid of Barry either. Like the fact that he said that in that vision, yeah, the flash of that will be Wally. I don't think that in that vision, like yes, the whoever the Flash is going to be will be Wally, who got killed in that vision. But I don't think that Barry Allen is the character they're gonna run away from just because of the whole Ezra situation. I just because the fact that they acknowledge, hey, listen, this universe has history. Like Superman isn't the first entity being of this universe, and so we have a history of all these characters. Like even when we go into Batman, he has a history with previous Robins before Damian. I don't think they're going to. They might skip narratively, maybe for like maybe another movie, but I don't think they're going to take that. If they're going to do Wally West, and if they care about characters, that's a pivotal thing they have to
No.
do. And also, if he reads comics, stop giving Barry Allen, the character Barry Allen, Wally West stories. Give Wally West stories.
Right.
I gotta run.
agree.
Speaking of the Flash, I gotta run.
Hey, buddy.
See
See
ya.
ya.
See ya. Yeah. Yeah.
Later.
Handsome guy.
And just folks, like I've never been more excited to read DC comics in a while, old and new. Like
Facts.
this era feels like a new energy, and like I'm reading old stuff and I'm trying to pick up the new runs, if you will. Like I'm hunting down All-Star Superman and Woman of Tomorrow because I'm like, ooh, okay, I want to see what that's like. And I don't know, I think it's been a while since I've sensed a universe or a film TV franchise trying to reignite my my passion to collect and to read books from a certain brand, if you will. I love that right now.
Yeah, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta pick up my wife.
Good
Bye,
night.
buddy. See ya.
I'll talk to y'all later, y'all. Take care.
See
Yeah.
ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
But yeah, like I'm so excited. And Darren, I wanted to pick your brain. The stuff that you guys were talking about on the Nocturnal Nerdcast. Everybody's saying that the future of the DCU relies on Superman. Why I have a problem with that statement is if that was the case, I don't think he would have filmed Peacemaker yet. I don't think they would have filmed Peacemaker season 2. I do not think they would have went ahead in casting Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart and announcing all of that. And they're literally in pre-production for that right now. Scripts are getting written. They're getting ready to start filming. And Supergirl allegedly started filming yesterday in the UK. I don't see them doing all these projects if they're just waiting on Superman to see what that film does. Because even if that film is critically panned, it's gonna make a buttload of money regardless.
Oh yeah.
It's Superman. People, haters and non-haters, are gonna flock to theaters to see that film.
Yeah.
Especially behind that teaser that dropped. Like that
Yeah.
teaser like shook the planet.
Yeah.
Bro, can y'all believe that was a month ago?
I know.
That was a month ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I
Love
looked
it.
at that the other day. I said, "Whoa!" I said, "Wait, that was a film like it just came out the other day." I said, "Whoa, time
Wow.
is flying." But I honestly, I don't see them, especially since Gunn says nothing's going into production until we have. I don't see them doing all of these projects back to back to back, just to say, "Oh, well, since Superman didn't do good, we're gonna scrap everything." I don't see him casting Supergirl. I don't see him making sure that Peacemaker connects with Creature Commandos. I don't. James Gunn does not peg me as that type of person to start moving in the same direction as what the DCU did, which of course he's not doing because these are only, yes, he announced a slate, but half of that slate is not done. I don't see them saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to do a Clayface movie because that script is done." But then again, it may not happen because I'm waiting on to see how Superman does. I don't see them working like that. I don't see James Gunn running DC Studios like that because he wants it to be successful. I've always had a problem with that narrative, but that's just me. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on that, but that's just how I've always thought about it. Like everybody's saying, like that's what the Batman is waiting for. That's what the Brave and the Bold is waiting for. I think he's just not gonna make an announcement, until the proper threat. Maybe there's something in Superman that leads into the DCU Batman. I've always said I would like a post-credit scene to be of like basically what they did in Creature Commandos. We get the silhouette figure of Batman standing on a building watching Superman fly by or something in the end of Superman in a post-credit scene. Maybe they're building up to who this Batman is. We know film directors, and everything always say, well, it's only so much they're allowed to say. And people, they tell little white lies here and there. Andy Muschietti could completely not be involved in this movie at all anymore. Or he could be lying and not be able to tell anything at the moment. So he's just saying, oh, yeah, we're just waiting. We all know what's going on with Matt Reeves. The Matt Reeves is meticulous when it comes to scripts. If it's not perfect to him, cool. But he says they will be filming this year, and it makes sense that he would need a little more time for post-production. So we know why that's pushed back. We know that these are not going to be the same Batman. I wouldn't want that anyway, because Robert's Batman does not fit this fantastical world at all to me. Like, he could barely use his bat tech to fly, realistically. So it's like it was weird. So that whole narrative is weird to me as well. But I just don't see them, just putting all these projects out. If they were waiting on Superman to see how that would do, that would be the only project that was greenlit, written, and filmed. If honestly, that's how I feel. I feel as if that would be the only thing that we would be getting, and it's just going to be based on that to see what else happens. They wouldn't waste money casting people. They wouldn't waste money filming stuff, bringing in craft services. If Warner Brothers is in the business of saving money, why spend all that money on all this other stuff if this one film is just the golden goose, what's going to make or break you? If you get what I mean. I've just always felt like that.
I mean, I don't think it's 100% on James Gunn. I don't think it's a James Gunn thing where I was like, well, if it fails, I'm cutting it. I think it's a David thing, and I think it depends on how much it makes. Like, again, if it makes his budget back, if it does all these things, then yes, they're good to go. They'll greenlight these things. But I mean, like if it reaches Flash money, which it won't. Obviously, we already know it's going to do way better than Flash. But like, hypothetically, let's say it came in here, no one came. Then I think it's a situation of like, well, there you go. Here's Batman Part 2. Here's, a couple miscellaneous stuff. I wouldn't be completely shocked if they are waiting to Brave and the Bold, not even financially, but just to kind of like to see the tone, to see the critical success, to see the overall opinions on like the start of the DCU. For them, they're like, okay, now this is the direction we want to take Batman. Okay, this is where we want to take our narrative going forward, which we'll see. Like, again, I do really hate how far Brave and the Bold is going to be from Superman. Like, we're looking at no earlier than like 2028, maybe 2029, and that's a long time. That's nearing 10 years from when they announced the DCU. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of concerns right now for the DC universe. I have a lot of excitements, obviously. Like, I'm very excited. Like, Ronin, one of my most anticipated things of all time. But there's these little things that they say and that's been done where I'm like, okay, I'm a little concerned, but let's see what they do with it.
And I think it also going to go down to when he delivers Superman and be like, all right, can he do the not just the outcast? Can he do a 4-quadrant heavy hitter character? Can he do that same writing and execution for it? And not just that, but also what about the first project that doesn't have his fingers on it? So Lanterns or Supergirl, like that he's not directing, he's not writing. How are those gonna vibe?
Right.
And if it all pans out, then he's gonna be set for the next 5 years. If Supergirl, Superman, and Lanterns feel right, they feel like their own respective thing, and yet they're connected, they're going to be set for the next 5 years. Easy. And everything else,
yeah.
Well, trickle down better. Bless you.
Oh, excuse me.
But I also I commend them being like, nope. Until the scripts are right, we're not going forward. We're not. And for a lot of people, that's a hard thing to grasp because we're not used to that. We're not used to someone putting a halt on these big IPs and saying, no, we'll wait. People can wait. There's enough stuff out there. And when we're ready, we're ready. It's the same thing I have right now with James Mangold's 2 projects right now. Like I love Complete Unknown, and I'm happy he got Bob Dylan's film in the can. But now I'm like, take your time. It seems like you're a fan of all this stuff, like Star Wars and Swamp Thing. Take your time because I can't think of anybody saying James Mangold directing a Swamp Thing. I would never want to watch that. I'm like, no, this guy is one of the best directors we have going on. And I would argue he delivers one of the best, if not the best, superhero, quote unquote, superhero comic book film in Logan. So if he can do that with Logan, imagine what he's going to do with Swamp Thing. So
Right.
I feel let's see what happens with that, and then we'll go from there. I think there's too much potential with this universe to just like roll the dice on just a film or a show or not. Like it's like no, like for better for worse, lean into it, and then we'll see how the peanut counter feels at the end of it. Bless you.
You know you always got to sneeze twice. But Cameron, I have never played Suicide Squad.
Oh boy.
Justice League. Never. Once
Yes.
I heard from my guys that the game was like complete trash. Never played it. Never thought about playing. Cameron. I'm at this point in my life. I don't know if you guys are, but when I was a kid, I used to buy every single game. Like I did not care if the game was good. I was like back in the day, that's what you had to do. You heard about a game, but and Darren, when I say back in the day, I don't even think you were alive yet.
What year?
But like back in the days of PlayStation and PlayStation 2 and like the regular Xbox. Like when I was a kid, like I used to have to like I remember when I used to get up. I used to get up in the morning before school, get on the computer, and just look up scans of like we had to get on GameSpot and get on IGN, and literally have to look at the stuff online. Like when the internet connections were trash, and you had to see did GameSpot post anything new, any new screenshots of, especially for Dragon Ball games. I was on there religiously, just looking up new stuff. Before you looked them up on the phones, before you had Discord chats, before you had Twitter, before social media was what it was. You had to look up those games. You would get excited, and I would literally save up my money or ask mom, "Hey, give me this game. Bro, my game collection for PlayStation and Xbox was astronomically big for no reason. And did I play all those games? Yes. Did I like all those games? No. I just bought them to have them. I'm at the point now. If this game ain't gonna hold my attention, I'm not gonna waste no time. It's like, bro, I can honestly count the amount of. I probably have 5 games for my PlayStation 5 at the moment. Only 5.
Especially with how much they're costing now, like $70. I'm like, fuck that.
With the cost of games now, you having 4 kids, having bills. I'm at the like, bro. I got the Sonic game, the Shadow Generations. I got NBA 2K all in the span of the same time. Like, bro, ask me how many times I played Shadow for a day. Don't know how far I got. I played 2K for a day. Don't know how far I got. I as much as I was talking about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I have not touched that game since November. Like my PlayStation sits and collects dust. If I'm not interested no more or interested in general, I'm not gonna get it. And hearing what I heard about Suicide Squad, I said, oh no, because I had already got duped from Gotham Knights. I played Gotham Knights for 2 days, and that was it.
Look at Maddie's comment.
But yeah, it's just like if Suicide Squad, I had high hopes for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. I had high hopes. They said it was in the Arkham universe, but then I get to see like everybody knows I suck at those type of games. Like Marvel Rivals, I'm trash. Fortnite, I'm trash. Overwatch, I'm trash. I would have been trash at Suicide Squad kills the Justice League regardless. If it was a regular Arkham game, I probably would have been on it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you. If it was a regular Arkham game, I think it would have done well. But this game seemed rushed. For it to be basically free in every single online game store is insane to me.
Yeah.
Them releasing so much DLC to try to pull. Why do we need a Deathstroke DLC? Deathstroke doesn't save stuff. Yeah, Maddie waiting on a new one. Do y'all realize the hype around Injustice 2 when they just started dropping little hints back then? Like I was so hyped for Injustice 2, and once I beat it, I was like, damn, that's it. Like I want another Injustice game.
Where's that Wonder Woman game, man?
Oh,
Ooh, actually, a
Heard that
Wonder
as
Woman
well.
game, say like in the same vein as like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, would be amazing.
oh yeah.
Facts. I would love, bro. The Wonder Woman, bro. Another game that they need to hurry up and talk about. Wolverine.
Oh
That was
yeah.
supposed
That's
to
been
be
MIA
this
for
year.
a long time.
It was supposed to be this year, and now it's next year, I think.
Probably because of the leaks. Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks.
I'm still waiting on that.
Logan.
Even Spider-Man. Once I beat that, ask me how many times did I actually go back and touch it. Mortal Kombat 1.
I heard MK1 is kind of trash.
Beat the game, never went back to actually play the DLC. Not even you put the same version. You put the same two versions of an evil Superman in that game, and not even that could draw me back to it. Bro, gaming is not the same, bro. Gaming is not how it used to be. It's gotten too competitive.
Back in my day.
Online has ruined gaming. Like, bro, like
It really ruined MMOs because, like with you getting all those pretty much you were saying earlier how you bought every game. I was like that with MMORPGs until now. It's like because I played from like 99 to like 2002 ish. I played every MMO that came out during that time period. Well, damn near everyone. And it's like now that type of MMO,
yeah, Phil, he's older than us.
Like EverQuest, early World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 11. You can't get that type of gameplay anymore because the internet you just look everything up on the internet and say, "Oh, this is how you do it."
Yeah.
He hates us. It's fine.
Oh yeah,
That's all right.
Bro,
Y'all talking about he's old. I'm old.
Bro,
We
the
know.
original, bro. Thinking back to the tie-in games for like movies that we used to get. We don't get those anymore, bro. Shrek, no, the Shrek games were Shrek was fun, bro. Shrek was fun.
Bruh.
Shrek 1 and Shrek 2,
like in my 20s.
bro. Shrek was fun. I used to love the Shrek games. The Fantastic Four games for the original movies that came out. You're muted, Phil.
Am I?
Oh,
No,
now
you're not.
Now you're on.
Once again,
Oh, no.
back in my day, movie tie-in games 9 times out of 10 were ass.
That Catwoman video game.
That game was trash, and I bought it. I beat it, but that game was terrible. Like I said, I used to get every game. Why? I don't know. But that game was the game was worse than the movie. Like, I don't know how you do that. How you make a worse game than a trash movie? I will never understand it. But what's another, bro? How they try to remaster like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, but
you
make them worse. Like that's great.
You know what game was great? Batman Begins.
Oh
No, it was.
Batman Begins was great. That was a great game.
It definitely was. I love that game. I love
Superman
that game.
for the Nintendo 64.
Get out of here. Shut up.
Bro, no. And then we're saying Nintendo 64, and Darren is like, "What is that?"
He really
Bro.
sucking his thumb right now.
Bro, I kid you not.
God.
Playing Donkey Kong on Nintendo 64 was a different
That was good.
experience. That was a different experience. Like Donkey Kong was fun. Donkey Kong Country was fun. Like my
Pokemon
kids
Stadium was fun.
bro. My kids think they got it made with their little Nintendo Switch. We about to play Mario Kart. I said, this new Mario Kart ain't got nothing on the old days. Like
Did I ever tell you about the time I found a free copy of Double Dash?
Really?
Yeah. So I was Goodwill hunting one day and I found a GameCube with its controller and cords and everything. They wanted $15 for the GameCube. I popped the GameCube open, double dash.
Wow.
So I
Oh,
closed the
wow.
lid, right? I bring it up to the register. They were like, okay, $15.
They didn't even check.
Didn't even check. I was like, I just got a $50 game for nothing. I'm
Hell
cool
yeah.
with that.
Nice. Double Dash is really good.
Wait, Cameron,
Double dash
Cameron,
is
are
fucking
you
bomb.
kidding? Right? You don't know what
Oh my
Nintendo
God.
64 is?
That is.
I actually never had a 64 because during that time I was a Sega fanboy in a PC Master Races, so I just wasn't in the 64.
So from
Yeah.
1864 or
Stop it.
Bro, and the thing is, like, game systems, Darren, you
Keep on.
would have loved to have been a kid back in our time, bro.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo 60,
Yeah.
the most that console was like
Lance, we're not that
Probably
far
like
in
100.
age.
Darren. Yeah,
The generations.
Darren, you were a
Aren't you
fetus when I was
29?
in kindergarten. I'm
Aren't you
32.
29?
I'm 32.
I'm
Oh,
42.
I'm about to be 30. I'm about
Okay.
to be 33 in July.
okay.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
turning 33 in like 5 days.
Well,
Oof.
yeah. I guess you guys are old. It's fine.
Fuck you. Disrespectful little shit.
I know,
Like-
right?
Like, look at the price. The price now is because like this is a collector's item. But like,
Yeah.
like y'all
Oh,
don't
yeah.
y'all don't know about these controllers, bro.
This
Like-
this system probably introduced the first like online game that like kicked it off.
Fuck,
With
you guys
a-
want to see a relic?
Fucking GoldenEye and shit. A fucking Perfect Dark.
Bro, the
There's a relic for
007
you.
games from back in the day was
Oh, the
cold.
Game Boy Color.
Bro.
There's a relic for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Darren, do you know what that is?
Oh, what? No, I don't know what that is.
It's a brick from our
Oh,
time.
is that Game Boy?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Game Boy Color
Okay, yeah.
with
Oh,
Pokemon
yeah.
Silver in it.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Hey, when I got my Game Boy Advance, I thought I was killing it. I thought
Yep.
my daddy bought me and my brother a game. Mine was purple. I thought I was killing it. He bought me Sonic Advance for like my very first game. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. Oh, we
yeah.
had the same one. Oh,
I had that one. I even had like the adjustable light that you would add on it, so you could play it at night. Like,
And then
what's up, Busy?
hey, busy.
Busy, if you
Oh,
want to
Busy
jump in,
guys.
let me know, bro. Bro, I really want, but you know they got the like Apple, like it's this what do they call them? The
I've embraced my retro gaming
Oculus.
personality.
no, not the Oculus. You could download it on you could download like iOS things. Why can't I think of the name of it? You could play the game on the iPad, but it'd be like you're playing the actual
Vision
system.
Pro.
No,
No. Okay.
What game are you referring to?
it's not a game. It's not a game. It's a why am I am
something with
old.
Apple.
Apple like has where you can like download the let me see, look it up.
Talking about an emulator?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Wow, I'm old. I couldn't think of that. They have an emulator called Delta, and you can download any system, play any old game on there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Man, I've been playing with emulators since I was in high school. It's good. Let's see. Coming up.
Don't know about this.
Oh, look at that. That's Sega.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Fighters.
Darren's
yeah.
looking at that like, what is that dinosaur?
It's a relic from a bygone
Aaron's
era.
like, what? What is that?
What could have been if Sega won the console wars?
Where are the colors?
But they didn't, sadly.
No,
They were outclassed in every way by PlayStation and Nintendo.
Yep.
Oh, and I can tell you exactly why. Sega's upper management completely screwed over Sega as a whole.
I like your hair,
The
Bill.
entire company is run by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh,
do,
that's
so
nice.
Oh,
do
hell
you
yeah.
have like the stores that like do you guys have like stores in your cities that sell like all the retro games?
Oh yeah.
There's a few in my area. Yeah.
there's a couple.
Maybe
Like
an
I got one.
exchange.
Do y'all got disc replay, or is that just like a thing out
I'm
here?
trying to see where. I know it's.
We
I don't
have
have
an
a store like that,
exchange.
but
I
yeah.
don't know. If
No.
you guys have those.
There's a chain that's opening up here in Northern California, northern Sacramento. It's called Fire and Ice Games. They just opened up a second location. They're actually really popular, really good at. I think you might be able to order from online, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The other two areas I know, other new places I know, there's one that's been around for a long time called Fair Game and Trade, but they're a very tiny shop. They don't really have a lot going on. And then there's one store I have not been to in downtown Sacramento. It's called One Up Retro Sack. And I'm like, well, that's a cool name, but I don't have the time or the patience to go fight for a parking spot down there and then walk to your store and then check it out and then walk back and pay for parking because fuck that.
Y'all really want to talk about a relic of a bygone age?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Damn.
I had this thing for like 30 years, man.
There you go.
You know how much money?
Oh, that's
you
a
can get for
record
that?
player, right?
That's pretty. Jesus Christ.
Record player.
You're so lucky. I love you more
Master
than Draven.
System. Yeah, this is a freaking relic.
I gotta
I
play
played this
this
a lot more than I played the regular Nintendo.
Bro, y'all remember like the original Kingdom Hearts games? Like Kingdom Hearts had our whole generation in a chokehold. Like,
Man,
I've got my disc somewhere here. In a fucking
Bro,
nap.
I
in
missed
an
I
Napster
have the
missed-
box set.
I missed the original Kingdom Hearts, bro.
yeah, bro, Kingdom
I grew
Hearts
up with
2
it.
was great.
Yeah.
It was just once they start coming out with all those extra games and started just convoluted the story, I just stopped caring. By the time Kingdom Hearts
It's not
3
quite the same thing,
finally
but
comes out, I'm
Yeah.
done. I was
Oh,
like,
it's a
I don't know the
remasters.
story.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
love the remasters. And then, there's this beautiful disappointment.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 3. Yeah, by
I
the
like
time 3
3.
came out,
I
That
like
happens,
3,
Cameron.
but,
Trust me,
1
that
and 2 are
happens.
way better games.
yeah.
That's
Bro,
fascinating, the
I-
phases of all these companies. Like I remember when I was in my PSP era and how I just played the shit out of like that console and was like,
Bro, the PSP, that era was goated. Like, I wish they could bring that. Like, they tried to recreate that for PlayStation 5, and that
Yep.
Oh, yep, I had that one. I definitely had that one.
Did you have
Yeah,
the
you guys-
smaller one that came out afterwards? That was more
Yeah, the
digital.
Go. The
The
PSP, Go.
PSP,
Yeah.
PSP Go. No, I didn't get that one.
Yeah. Yep. I had that one.
Yeah,
Omega.
I got one too.
One of my best friends had that. I don't know if they still
This
do
is
or
kind of
not.
beat up and busted, but it's not really
Look
mine.
Look at Darren. Like, did I ever have a PSP?
Oh, I guarantee you I didn't.
Oh man, Kingdom Hearts.
So-
I bought a PSP specifically to play 2 games.
Yep.
Dissidia,
Hey, busy.
Dissidia Final Fantasy,
Busy?
and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That was the only reason I bought a PSP, was to play
Well,
I
those.
got a
Stop by
PSP
for a
because
little
I
bit.
wanted to play the Dragon Ball games on PSP. Bro, the stuff that they were able to do on PSPs back in the day,
Phenomenal.
that's
That was my
crazy.
MP3 player for a minute there, my PSP.
And he played movies as well, so I could watch
Yep.
movies there as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fact
Yep.
that they sold movies for PSP
Yeah, here's
is
Wally.
like crazy.
Oh, there you go. See?
What a
Look at that,
throwback.
Bro, you got so much stuff that you can make so much money off of. You want to go into business, Omega? You know?
Yeah, probably. And the best Final Fantasy ever.
Tactics. Oh yeah, War of the
Oh, yeah.
Lions. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I am actually more partial to the Advanced and Tactics Advanced 2 on DS, but that one is an all-timer.
I did not like Advance only because of the stupid rule system.
For sure.
Okay, these
for
people
sure,
are
it's
trying
flawed,
to kill
yeah.
me, and you saying I can't cast fire because these people are trying to kill me. I can't cast. I'm a mage. I can't cast fire. This is stupid.
I get it.
hated so
You gotta
much.
change up your whole strategy and bring out a player who's not a mage just to fucking try and win a fight. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I get it. Busy, are you gonna participate in the Sekai Takai or something?
Yeah, so I wanted to stop by for like 5 minutes and say what's up because I have to go.
Oh,
watch
you mean
the
like you
finale.
do on every stream because you just hop in for 5 minutes, say hi, and then fucking dip?
100%. I
For
gotta
sure.
go record the finale of something. I guess you guys can take a wild guess, but I just gotta get that done.
Mhm.
I wonder.
Yep.
Superman 2.
The Night Agent season 2. Yeah, but I'm just
Prime
Is that
target.
really good? Because I'm looking for a new show to start after.
I mean,
I've,
it's
binge
fun. I
watched
mean,
The
it's
Pitt.
not like it's not crazy, you know, but it's like you're not gonna be, oh my god, I need season 3 now, but you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is a good way to,
Chop
go to
chop,
sleep, I guess.
bruh.
It's a fun show, but just
Chop
don't
chop. Get
expect
on that shit.
crazy stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But it's good. But as every stream, how you guys? How are you guys?
Same as ever.
We're good.
Yeah.
Bill, you're
We're
looking very
showcasing-
handsome.
Just-
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Just taking it
Best
easy.
console ever.
Dang.
Sega Dreamcast.
Boys
Yes.
flexing over here.
Look,
Did you play
look at Darren's
Shenmue,
like-
Omega?
Look at Darren. I've never seen that before.
Actually, the lens on this is kind of beat up. I want to get it modded so I can just get the flash drive to have every game on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is sexy, bro.
Actually, this is the first one that was released, so I had this since September '99.
those
There you go.
input so I could just oil them up and go crazy, bro.
Wow. Wow.
That's gnarly busy.
Well, I just
Really
wanted to leave
gnarly.
the stream like that. Hope you guys are doing well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Am I
remember.
surprised? Not
Hope
really.
you guys are doing well. Phil, come on, man. I don't appreciate it, man.
Does-
I love
does
you,
Hey
buddy.
man,
know
just remember,
that-
I appreciate you more than some motherfucker lying about watching Superman. Okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I was
It's
just
a
about to
daily
bring that up.
quota.
Bro, I was with them, bro. We saw it together, man. What are you talking about? I was there. I can vouch for him, bro. You trust me.
Okay. Did Superman die in the movie?
I can't talk about it. NDA.
I
NDA.
didn't think so.
I'll talk to you guys
I
later.
didn't think so. Take care,
Yeah,
brother.
buddy.
It was funny earlier how he just said like he's like, man, I just don't be having the time. Like YouTube used to not be popular. What? It was so easy to go viral on YouTube back in the day. What are you talking about? My very first YouTube channel, I had over 3,000 followers because people would just they treated it like it was MySpace and Facebook back in the day. It was so easy to go viral. What are you? I was
Dude.
reading that. I said, what are you talking about, dude?
And then Draven was like, "Can we just be friends?" I'm like, "Homie, no, we're not playing that shit here." Just fuck, man, fuck that
He
guy.
said-
Not Draven, but fuck that other guy. Just fucking
he
idiot.
said he said that he saw Superman. I want to ask him, did he see Supergirl, and see what he says.
He saw it before they started shooting.
Well, it's just funny because it's like every time Phil says good morning, he's just gonna go after him.
Yep.
But I'm like, bro, you don't have to lie. Like, what is there to lie for?
He's so hard about it too, and I'm just like, dude, I already called you out. I already told you I've spoken to people at WBPR, and they've outright clarified, like, yeah, no, a fucking test screening for Superman didn't happen in October. One happened recently, but not in October. And this fool's doubling down on this shit. He even messaged Lance like, "Hey, you want to know about Superman?" I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? You fucking bitch. Oh my god, I can't stand people like that.
Hey, Darren, he did message me. He said, "Were you serious about wanting to know what happens in Superman?" I said, "Wait, you're dead serious. Like this is really something that happened in your head."
Oh man.
He's committed. I mean, I gotta give him that. He's consistent, I guess.
He said that Captain America's box office depends on residuals from Deadpool and Wolverine.
What?
Dude, I can't take that guy seriously in our Discord. I can't. He's a fucking idiot. And this is a guy who's like, "Oh, I got put on a list to see movies early. Oh, I go to at least 20 test screenings per year." Shut the fuck up. No, you don't, bro. Who the fuck you trying to lie to?
He said, "Man, I don't care about like Netflix and Paramount screeners because like they're gonna stream anyway. So by that logic, you shouldn't care about any screeners because you're gonna see them anyway."
Right.
Oh, that guy's funny. That guy is funny.
Yeah, he's like a court jester who was never invited to the castle.
Maddie says, "I just so happen to have seen Brave and the Bold." Man, who was Batman?
Yeah, who's Damien? Please tell me. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
tell me who Talia is. I need to know that ASAP. I don't mind my cast. Just fighting in the background. No big deal.
Who is cast? Like you saw the film before they cast anybody. That's amazing. I would love to know.
I've heard. If you guys want me to tell you, Batman is Henry Cavill. I've known it for a minute now.
I honestly wouldn't mind seeing a Henry Cavill Batman.
I've seen that floating around. I'm like, this isn't the worst internet fan
You do
casting I've seen.
It's not at all. But you know how many people that would piss off? Like that would be hilarious.
Oh,
Yes, it'd be glorious.
That would send the weird toxic Snyder people into a frenzy, and
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be all for it.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be glorious.
Their heads would explode.
Yeah. Oh,
They would.
They would fucking lose it.
A few of them got suspended off Twitter today, and their supporters are like so upset. Man, I'm like, what?
Was it some of the big name idiots or was it some of the lower tier idiots?
Some of the bigger tier idiots. Phil, I just got good news. Remember
Yeah,
how
what's that?
Comic-Con was trying to figure out what they're gonna do?
Staying at least through 2027. Oh fuck. That's gonna piss some people off.
They definitely thought after this year was moving.
I know, right? I heard some people, oh, they should take it to Vegas. I'm like, they're not going to Vegas, not for this.
Las Vegas Comic-Con. They don't even roll off the tongue.
No.
LACC. That doesn't even rhyme.
LVCC. It's like, what the fuck?
Hey man, you going to LVCC?
Agreement to
Sounds
stay
like
through 2027.
2027, and they're
cool.
going
There
to
it is.
extend it even more.
I can't
Like-
wait
like-
to go in 2027 and catch that early screening of the Batman Part 2.
I was about to say.
Oh man, I can't wait
Oh.
to watch that film go into production. Holy shit.
Phil, speaking of Las Vegas,
Oh wow. Oh, it's like
Let
a
it-
time warp. I'm so glad I'm not even there anymore, but damn.
let it go. Jesus, it's not
I
going
know,
there.
right?
Like, let it go.
It's like those people who think Robert Pattinson's going to be the Batman in the DCU. Let it go. It ain't going to happen.
They said it's just a silhouette because they had to make it they had to make it ambiguous. If they knew that they were going to put Robert Pattinson in there, they wouldn't have made that Batman so beefy.
Right.
I'm sorry, it wasn't his shadow. That was the outline of his body.
I've had,
I'm
some,
like,
I've had some people just like try and act like a victim. Oh, let me play with my speculation. Let me just have my fun. I'm like, why? So you can continue to live in delusion land with Wario,
Right.
thinking he's fucking Mario? Come on, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
That show is being made prior to him being the president and stuff like that. It's very possible that was Ben Affleck. It's way more likely that was Ben Affleck than it was ever the
He made the show right
Yeah.
after fucking Suicide Squad.
Right.
Max came to him, or after Peacemaker. Well, one of the two. I don't remember which one, but like, yeah, Max was like, "Hey, you want to do an animated show?" And he was like, "Sure."
no,
Yeah.
you know what blows my mind about people like on Twitter and Threads now? Talking about some man. Of course, Creature Commandos got a second season. James Gunn is in charge of DC. Yes, he's in charge of DC Studios, not Max. I don't know why people think that it's synonymous with each other. It's not. If Max didn't want to renew that, they wouldn't have renewed it. Like, I'm like, y'all don't understand how TV productions work. James Gunn could want a season 2 all he wanted. If Max didn't want it, it wouldn't have happened.
No.
I'm like, are we living in the Twilight Zone? Or like,
Oh, yeah.
what's going on? Like
You
it
know how
doesn't make
Manny-
sense.
You know how Manny Jacinto and Leslie Headland wanted a second season of The Acolyte, but Disney was like, "Sorry, yeah,
Yep.
that's how that happens. This isn't a fucking James Gunn decision. Like,
Exactly.
come on. Yeah, he's got power over DC Studios. He says who appears where and what gets greenlit, sure. But a second season of Creature Commandos? No, that was on Casey Bloys. I mean, sure, it
And
was probably a collaborative effort, I'm sure, but at the same time, it's like ultimately, like what debuts on their streaming service is through him.
Yeah.
So
And
Also,
watch,
Max
it's
needs stuff. Max doesn't have shit
Definitely
right
do.
now. Like,
I'm surprised they dropped a medical. Seeing them drop
What's
a
that?
medical drama was
yeah,
that was shocking. I said,
Yeah.
wait, and then it looks good. So
yeah, I hear it's amazing.
I said Max dropping a medical. Hey, that's another thing. These streaming services, Max is dropping a medical drama. Netflix is getting ready to drop a medical drama. Prime Video, they somehow got Dick Wolf to make them a show instead of making it for NBC. Like
That's a
these
shock.
streaming services, I was shocked, and
That's
that
a
looks
shock.
amazing. I cannot wait to watch that. Like,
Dick Wolf brings a certain level of pedigree with his work, so it's not
Yeah.
all that surprising. But it's surprising in that, you know, he got something for Prime over
yeah, like I'm
NBC,
like,
you know. That's
like,
the big
really?
surprise. Because he's been with NBC since the first That's-
Law and Order.
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know why I almost said CSI, but it was Law and Order. I get that.
I was
Don't pay
shocked. Like
attention to me.
I'm really shocked. Like when I turn on, because I saw the trailer for The Pit, and I'm like, oh, Max, but I didn't see the date. So then when I'm scrolling the other day, I said, wait, this is out.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
out already. It looks
They
like.
got the first 6 or first
Is
2.
this? So like, is this gonna be? Is this just like Do you think it's gonna be like multiple seasons? Because it seems like this takes place in like a 24-hour shift of an
Yes.
emergency room.
Yes, each episode is 1 hour. It's basically the plot of like 24, where it's like each episode is a singular day or a singular hour. I'm sorry.
See, this is different, and that's what I love about like what they're doing with some of these medical dramas now. Like the new Zachary Quinto show, Brilliant Minds.
Yep.
I highly recommend that show. That's different. That is a different type of medical drama because the type of stuff that he investigates is weird. A former basketball star who literally like her she has like a pinched nerve or something, but it makes it feel like she's like trapped inside herself. Like some of these medical like diagnoses that they come up with on this show is like it's real stuff, but other medical dramas they don't pull from it. Like you're not gonna see the stuff they do on this show, like mirror touch or the lead character, he can't recognize people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're not gonna see that on like Grey's Anatomy or like even the show that got canceled, The Resident. You're not gonna see that type of show on like these other shows, and that's what makes these new shows stand out. I think The Pit is gonna keep getting renewed because this is a new premise. 24 hours in an emergency room. It's gonna be drama.
Yeah,
and
that's fun.
it's just contained into this one day.
That's
like
fun. Yeah.
Seems interesting.
It's different, and honestly, that's what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, why did I just call you Max? Maddie, House was good. House was really good. The Resident was really, really good. The Good Doctor was really, really good, but sometimes got a little bit too over dramatic.
I had to drop The Good Doctor. I couldn't do it.
I am a surgeon.
I am a surgeon. That's like Daniel Day Kim's face, just stone face. Like this is what I was talking about. This is why I'm firing you. This is it. Just. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he said, "I used to be on Lost."
Then when he plays on, I seen him on TikTok. He was on. I think he was talking about the him playing Fire Lord Ozai in the live action Avatar. He was like, "Oh yeah, this is my long career of acting, and this is what people remember." Gee, thanks.
To be fair, he's really good in that.
Oh, Daniel
he's one of the best parts of that show.
I didn't know he was in Voyager. Like Star Trek Voyager. He was like just one of the one-off aliens, but yeah, he was like, wait, is that Daniel Day Kim?
Oh, Daniel Day Kim's and like he's one of those very underrated that guy actors, but
yeah.
he's super
so
fucking good. He's super good.
Will I be watching Dexter Resurrection? You bet your sweet butt I will.
Lance, don't hate me, but I've never seen a single episode of Dexter.
Me either.
I'm thinking of getting caught up because like they're like the MCU at this point. There's like 5 different shows.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I was the same way. The same way my wife got me to watch like the Euroverse shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, this is back when we were dating. So, I just casually walk into her house. She's watching Dexter. So you know how the meme is online where it's like when the girl's watching something, but I walked past and said, "Oh, this looks dumb."
You told her that?
I'm like, yeah, I told her straight up. I said, "Oh, that looks dumb." I said, "Who wants to watch a show about a serial killer?" And she's like, he's killing bad people just to help with his urges, but okay. So I'm like, okay. So I walk past. Oh, that's how he does. Oh, he kissing. Oh my god, that's how he does. Bro, I was hooked. I've rewatched the original season of Dexter at least 10 times.
And kids, that's how I met
That's like me and Breaking Bad. I've seen the fucking pilot season like 8 times, dude. That show is just so good. Arguably, it's got some of the best piece of writing and directing Rian Johnson's ever delivered his entire career, but that's
what's his name?
Rian Johnson.
Hey, but no, seriously, like start with Dexter. When they tried to do the revival that came out during COVID, I'd skip that. Like I can tell you what. No, skip that. Literally, skip that whole second revival. Just throw that like out the window. Go to the prequel. Dexter Origins. That show is so good. Like the younger, I've never seen more spot on casting for a show. I've never seen them literally. It literally looks like they went in the time capsule and plucked the older actors
Yeah, it looks
from
fun.
the past, like top tier casting. And then Dexter Resurrections is going back to what made the original show what it was, bringing back characters from the original show that are still alive in present day, that are still alive. They're bringing them back.
How many
And you can
seasons is
already
it?
you can
There's like
for
9.
yeah, it's
Oh,
like 9
God.
seasons.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
they're coming up with another they're coming up with another spinoff for the
Yeah,
Trinity
that's
Killer.
good.
The Trinity Killer is basically, well, I won't spoil it, but he has ties to Dexter because he did something to Dexter. Well,
Do they have
he did-
22 episode season lengths?
Yes.
Oh,
Let me look
God
on
damn
Netflix
it.
real quick.
My former stepsister was all about Dexter. I think she even named one of her dogs after Dexter. I'm like, well, that's
Bro, and Michael C. Hall, bro, the young
Great
actor that's
actor.
playing the guy that's playing the younger version of him,
yeah.
bro. They got everybody has their roles down to a T. And I have to commend the casting directors and these actors. They took their time. Like it's crazy. Like they legitimately took their time. Like
They have 13 episode season.
13
Okay,
episode seasons.
that's-
Yeah.
That's
So
better
it's
then.
yeah, it's not super long.
Okay.
And it's 8 seasons. So
Okay. That's not too bad
So-
then.
yeah, and bro, like Dexter will have you like locked in. Like
Yeah.
I can't even stunt. Like that show had me locked in. It's a crazy premise. And then with the origins, you see how he got started. You see he wasn't as skilled. Like his first kill in the prequel is so sloppy. It's hilarious. It is
Could
hilarious.
I? Wait, can I start with the prequel, or do I have to watch the OG show first?
Oh, I'd watch the OG show.
There's a soundbite.
I'd watch the OG. Why can't I say it? I'd watch the OG show.
Let's get right.
I couldn't get that out. I couldn't get it out at all. I'd watch that
Okay.
first. Excuse me.
I
I'd watch
understand
that-
what you're saying.
I'd watch that first only because the way that the prequel starts off, it spoils the ending of
Okay.
the second show. It spoils that ending. But I guess if you hadn't watched that and you find out that what they're doing with Dexter Resurrections, you could probably piece 2 and 2 together by what happened at the end of that show. So, but yeah, like them bringing back Michael C. Hall, him still being interested in that character all these years later.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's really cool. It's a really cool premise. Like I really hope I get to sit in one of their panels this year at
Yeah.
Comic-Con. I'm mad I missed the Origins panel, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm wanting to watch this franchise the same reason I binged The Walking Dead last year, because that's the closest thing to the Arrowverse still, where it's like multiple shows set in the same
Yeah.
universe going on at the same time. So I might check it out.
Yeah, like honestly, the second Dexter show suffered from what a lot of shows during the pandemic did. Trying to keep with the social distancing and all of that. And the script was just bad. Like bro, this is Dexter. We watch Dexter to watch the murders. The first murder doesn't happen until like the 3rd episode in.
Oh,
Right.
I don't care about that.
Remember when a new show was announced that like Dexter's coming back for one last season, and Steven Amell was just like, anything can happen, guys. Anything could still happen. I don't
And now
know.
look at
Arrow season 9.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
when
know.
Michael Rosenbaum. Yeah.
now look at him on Suits.
Yeah.
I really hope that show is good because the original Suits, that show got such a resurgence that it birthed a spinoff. If this spinoff sucks, oh, this could be bad, bro. This could be bad if it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be bad if it sucks, like for real. Like this show better be good. How the prequel ties into the future of this universe, if at all. The prequel introduces new characters that were alive when Dexter was a kid. It's like the show isn't done yet, so we don't know if they die beforehand, but it introduces characters that were alive. We get to see we get a look into because like of Dexter's backstory. We get to meet Dexter's like spoiler, Dexter's adopted. So we get to meet his real mom. So it's like we get to see all of that stuff. So it just adds more to the story. But it doesn't change stuff too much as to where you won't be able to, if you watch the original show first, you'll picking it. It's like watching any like multi show like universe. You pick up on stuff. Like some of the stuff that they say in the prequel, I look at my wife, she's like, yeah, you got to remember from such and such episode, because she watched it more than I did. But it brings it back to your memory, and they're like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad they kept that in there. That's smart writing, and that it helps that Michael C. Hall is involved in this show. Like that they didn't try to just make this without him. Him being Dexter's inner monologue is really cool.
I'll take your word for it. I trust Lance. He ain't never lied to me, especially about watching a movie or anything.
Here we go.
But I saw Maddie ask me, did I watch The Rookie? Bro, I love The Rookie. Like, The Rookie is like one of the best shows out. I was mad when their spinoff got canceled because of the strikes, basically. Like, can we talk about that for a second? That being the excuse for why half of television last year was axed was so dumb to me. Yet we bring it back with the strikes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yet we had to pick one show over the other because of the strikes. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. That's
When
Hollywood.
does anything they ever do make sense?
7
Like, oh,
seasons
man.
in, are they still rookies? Because I'd be concerned if they are.
7 seasons in.
No,
are they
the
still
fact is they literally the rookies that started with Nathan Fillion's character in the original in the first season. Well, one's dead because he wanted to get off the show. They then train new rookies. Those
That makes
rookies
sense.
are now training new rookies.
Ah,
And
generation.
those
Here's an enemy
rookies-
style.
Yeah, and those
Like
rookies are
Jedis.
now we're like on our fourth team of rookies. But the two new rookies for this season, oh bro, they are terrible.
Yeah, no, I
So,
mean, I've been watching the show for about 6 seasons, and I'm wondering when he's getting the ring. I heard that was happening. I heard this was all set up for the Superman movie. So I don't know. Like Nathan Fillion, he's just a cop so far, so I don't know when that's happening for him.
Yeah.
He's getting it from Frodo from Bilbo.
Bro,
So,
it
like-
also it makes me wonder, like, are we gonna notice his absence in this season? Like from when he had to go film Superman?
Probably
Like,
not.
Is it gonna be that noticeable?
I don't think he filmed that much. It's probably just a couple.
Yeah, it feels like a scene or two at most.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he was on set a
Yeah.
lot. They
My
probably have a-
Dungeons and Daddies games is about to start, so I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Yo, Dungeon and what?
Dungeons and Daddies.
Dragons. Oh, that.
Oh,
never mind.
Boom.
I misspoke.
Yeah, you see, Dungeons and Daddies.
Oh,
Can I
There you
join?
go.
Can I?
Yeah, sure, come on in. I have to
Have
be
fun,
here.
Omega.
See ya.
Yeah, buddy.
Jeez, Dungeons and Daddies. All right. Man.
Never been so
They must-
interested in Dungeons
they-
and Dragons. I don't know.
They must have chains down there. Jesus.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm just saying what everybody was thinking. Oh, I forgot. Hey, are you guys excited for Wolfman this weekend? I'm seeing it next weekend, but
Coming out my birthday weekend. I want to try and see it, but I also want to try it. There was another movie that came out. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I really want to see that. So I'm just like, which one do I watch? You know what I mean?
I think
Rona's like, I don't give a fuck. It's not Superman.
No, exactly. No, the next movie
You know,
it probably is Captain America. Like, Complete Unknown was the last thing I saw, but that was a 2024 movie. So I don't know. I have to look at. You know what? I'm gonna want to watch The Brutalist. I'm gonna watch that movie before it leaves
I
theaters.
want to watch that.
Yeah.
I really want to watch that. But yeah,
Probably-
Captain America. I actually looked to see if I could get tickets for Captain America, and I still can't get any. I'm just like, well, how are they able to track, the opening weekend this soon when tickets aren't even on sale yet? There's
AI.
no. It's so strange to me. Like you've got a couple sites being like, oh, early tracking shows, between 95 and 107 million dollars, and I'm just like, based on what data?
I don't trust early tracking.
You can never trust early tracking.
What's the release date?
February 14th. It comes
Yeah.
out on Valentine's Day.
It should have by now. The tickets should have been on sale. It's like a month
They
away.
should have been, yeah.
It's also a President's Day weekend, so it's like a long
Yeah.
weekend.
It's President's Day weekend. It's Black History Month. You
Yeah.
have a Black Captain America.
Right.
But people are still gonna be crying because you have the they got the Zionist in the movie.
Yeah, there's that. And then you've also got those fucking idiots being like, not my Captain America. That's not Steve Rogers.
Right.
Like that's Falcon. I'm like, did you do this in the comics? But I've gotten on something. They was like, oh well, no. I said, yeah, exactly. You don't read comics. You're not a fan.
Right.
Or
So-
did you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier? Did you watch what happened at the end of Avengers Endgame when Old Man Steve was like, oh no, that shield, that's yours.
Yeah.
Talking about it should have been Bucky. I said MCU Bucky has been through more stuff, been mind controlled more times than he has ever been in the comics.
Yeah.
Yes, he may be okay now, but can he ever really be fully trusted to not be? But they got rid of it. I said, yeah, but I mean,
Also,
it looks like Valentina has blackmail on him in Thunderbolts.
not only
Yeah.
that, I was just going to bring that up. Like, people are like, oh, where's Bucky? Where's Bucky? I'm like, oh, there's a movie coming out called fucking Thunderbolts.
And like 3 months after. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I think
Sam
we're-
has
we're-
his own sidekick. You didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's
yeah,
why you don't know that.
Bucky
But
Torres is the new Falcon, for sure.
even if you didn't know that, you see him in the trailer.
Right. Yeah, I think we're kind of in a like an Endgame, or not Endgame, an Infinity War Ant-Man situation, but the movies this time are Captain America and Thunderbolts, i.e. I think the events of Captain America Brave New World and the events of Thunderbolts happen fucking almost simultaneously.
I think
if
it's a
not,
part 1, part 2.
yeah, I think Thunderbolts happens either around or if not directly after Captain America Brave New World. That's my
Especially with what is a hot item that's being introduced in Cap that Phil and I know about that they're introducing.
people are acting like this is a fucking surprise, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, this was introduced in Deadpool and Wolverine. What are you people bitching about?
And they said it at Comic-Con, and it's just like they literally out
Yeah.
loud. They said we're
And
doing
just,
this.
and just like you said for Bo DeMayo when he said whatever, like Bo, your butt hurt because you got fired. So now you're just
Was that
spouting off
fun?
anything,
Right.
talking about some. It seems like they're just trying to rush the X-Men. Wow, they didn't rush Black Panther.
Miss
It's like-
Marvel. What else? She-Hulk.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, like it's like
What do you
I
mean
don't know.
rushing to the X-Men? It was such a look. I met Bo DeMayo on the floor of Comic-Con. I said, "Hey, you're Bo DeMayo. You wrote X-Men 97, man. Good job." He was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for watching the show. What'd you think?" Had a great time. I saw what Lance posted. And I was like, "Fucking kidding me, dude? Like, what do you mean we're rushing into the X-Men? No. Like Kevin Feige's a hell of a lot smarter than that. I'm sorry, but no."
And
There's
then
Referencing
I
as if
saw-
it hasn't been 10 years since they
there's-
bought Fox.
yeah,
Like,
and then I saw a
We're
TikTok.
coming up on 10.
yeah.
I saw a TikTok video, and this guy basically read Bo for his film. He's like, it just seems like every other day, Bo is back online with a dumbass take, and he's just salty, and I'm getting tired of it. And the guy goes on to say more along the lines of, he's like, we get it. You're upset that you got fired, but you doing this isn't gonna get you back in the door,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
at all. It's not gonna get you back. If
actually, it's doing the opposite. It's
It's-
making sure
it's-
he's never working again. It really
Exactly.
is. Like,
Yeah.
look at James Gunn. James Gunn was fired. He didn't say shit, right? He kind of kept to himself. He kind of like was like, okay,
Yeah. And then
Stepping
the
back.
other
What's
side
up,
of the fence was
Gwendolyn?
like the other side of the fence was like, "Hey, want to come work for us?"
Yeah.
He kind of had an easier time
that's true. That is true.
because he was like, oh, "Okay, well, if they don't want me, I'll go over here where I am wanted, and I'll make a movie that, hey, maybe I do want to make.
Right.
And if you look back at why he was like let go, is because some dipshits on Twitter were going at him because they didn't like what he was saying.
Granted, it's also not shy away from what he said, because what he said was absolutely
those jokes were ridiculous.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%,
Jokes, quote unquote. Yeah.
Classless, fucking gross, you name it. There are a number of words you could use to describe those tweets. And he's even come out and been like, oh yeah, no, what I said was fucking disgusting. And it's okay, that's a thing called accountability, which Ray Fisher fought very hard for, and Walter Hamada and a bunch of other people were like, what's that word mean? What?
I think cancel culture is such an interesting thing because it is hard. Like there isn't like a path you could like, okay, this is how you can kind of like redeem yourself. And I think there needs to be like it's tough because it's like, you know, like with any other punishment, like let's say you go to prison, right? Like you can have that, look, okay, you do your time and then you can kind of come back to society.
Or like you have the crazy examples of like where the studio is trying to do everything in their power to prevent said thing from happening, like in Gina Carano's case, where, you know, the studio, Disney in this case, gave her every avenue to be like, yo, you kind of need to like check yourself a little bit.
Right.
And she just crossed her arms and went, no, I don't. No, I don't. And she battled them every single step of the way.
Yeah.
And then when she got fired, she was like, they fired me. And it's like, yeah, no shit. You got fired because you said some fucking stupid shit on Twitter and you treated people like crap. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Right. Now you have the gall to be like, oh, the House of Mouse is mean. No, bitch, you were ridiculous. That's what it fucking boils down to.
She had her own TV show lined up.
Yeah.
That was so weird. I was just like, dude, you were the labels right there. You just had to
spiral down like that is crazy.
And you know what's weird with Bew is that like for the longest watching that show, I was like, okay, this is good shit, but like I don't know what the details were of what he did and whatnot. And even after it came out, all that show, there was still a bit of hush hush. And then he was offering people like, if you pay for his Patreon, he'll tell you what was happening. I was just like, well, that's weird. That
that let me know he was full of it. Like, man, you want to know what happened? hit my Patreon. What?
Yeah.
Why would I pay? Why would I pay you for you to tell me what happened?
Someone I know who kind of gets Marvel information was like, oh yeah, no, they fired him for good reason. I was like, oh well.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's a bummer.
And that was the thing that was pissing me off with so many people being like, no, get him back here. Like he needs to come back. It's like, how about you learn what he did first? Like, how about before you just being like, oh no, like I trust him. He's all good. Learn what he actually did. He could have done some heinous stuff, and you're sitting here being like, oh no, I want X-Men. I want blah blah blah.
Oh my god.
Is this council?
This is just council.
Yeah.
Draven likes that popsicle.
Chocolate. Oh Jesus! But it's like, it's just looking at
Dravenef's guy, DJ
Mandark.
Kim. You knew I don't know what the
Who?
fuck.
Who are we talking about right now?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
I
do you
don't know.
think- who do you
I sent
think?
someone a DM and they didn't fucking acknowledge it. So
Bro, I just don't like.
He marked it as red.
You know I
Yeah,
don't like
exactly.
him. It's not a big deal. Like it's
Oh,
just like
I know what you meant. Okay, you're like, well, what about this?
I feel like you're kind of picking on him too much. That's all I feel. But then again, like you're different than me. I'm not gonna pick on him. You could pick on him all you want. I don't give a
look,
fuck.
man, I don't condone bullying, but when you lie, repercussions must happen. Okay,
He
Let's
must
just leave it at that.
die.
For weeks.
Listen,
weeks on end.
I'm just enjoying the show. I'm just like, well, they're at it again.
Darren's
time I
like,
wake
I'm gonna
up,
grab
every
some
day I wake
popcorn.
legitimately
I'm gonna grab caramel. I'm gonna
he
grab
did-
some M&Ms and dump them in my popcorn.
He did send me his podcast. Like I if anybody
You're
wants
gonna be
it.
a guest on my podcast.
He doesn't even upload.
Draven, it's just the fact that he tried to tell us that YouTube,
Yeah, no, I was there.
the platform that was basically
Oh, he's got a
another
YouTube.
MySpace
He's
and
got like
Facebook.
19 subscribers on it. I'm serious. He has. I found his
Chainsaw.
YouTube.
Chainsaw.
Yeah.
How did he end up in the Discord?
How do you enter your life?
He's like, I don't even want to talk about it.
I've known the guy for a while before the show started. Off and on, like I really didn't talk to him much. I'm like, oh, he's just another content creator. I'll invite him on, whatever. And then this is snowballed. So
It's
at
You
you?
man.
The lied, bro.
It's
Huh?
unique. Like I wake up each day and my phone's buzzing, and I notice Discord.
It's always
notifications.
Phil in the morning, bro.
And I know it's Phil, and I'm
I
like,
get it. I get to work and I look at my phone. He's like, "I love you guys. Have a great day," except for fucking Ryan. And I'm like,
I have to look at it just one glance. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use the restroom. Let him do his thing. I'm like, I'm gonna-
And then when you get back from the restroom, he's still doing it.
yep.
It's just the fact that today he tried to like double down, like
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stick to the point of him saying that just
He's-
because it's from Netflix and Paramount, he turns them down because he can.
the
stream them
Amazon is
anytime.
like, and I literally just watched that streaming film, and it's like, okay, man, sure. Like I don't know.
He said,
'cause he's-
I
Oh,
can
boy.
stream it anytime. What?
I think he said like I saw like 20 films early last year or some shit. I was like, did we ask exactly? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and listen to what you guys have to say because apparently
He
I don't
told-
need to say much more.
He said YouTube was not popular back. My first YouTube
What?
channel had over 2,000 subscribers in a day. I was posting a video of me playing drums and I was garbage and was getting so many
Garbage?
views. Like, and you're sitting here telling me that YouTube was not popular back in the day? YouTube was basically Facebook. Like,
Yeah.
it's
was the
no
place
way
to
you
be.
said it
YouTube
was-
was definitely more popular back then than it is.
yeah,
I'm
everything's
like, it's
changed.
no way you can sit there and say that. That's why when Draven said what,
You could say YouTube wasn't as bloated as it was before then because a lot of people didn't start doing
Oversaturated.
it.
Right.
And
No,
then,
because back then I could upload a reaction like 8-9 hours later to a trailer and get
Right.
20,000 views.
yeah.
And
Maybe
nothing.
what he meant was like not as many people are content creators than it is
Nah,
now.
he's just-
Because that is
Well-
true.
Well,
There's-
back then, yeah,
guess.
YouTube didn't have as much content creators because people were uploading random shit.
right.
Like it wasn't
guess.
like a thing. I don't know.
You know, there is option C that he's just an idiot.
All I know is that my phone rings every morning, and I mean, again, I know it's them two doing their thing. It's like,
No, it's more so like it's one side at a time. Since Phil's just egging him on and he's not responding to anything, but you know he's reading it.
Yeah.
I enjoy
it's a bit
it.
now.
Yeah.
It
He
is a
said,
bit now.
He said, I saw Superman, but man, after seeing this trailer, it just doesn't look. I said, wait, huh?
That's why I don't engage with it.
Oh,
With
I
engage
said,
with it
what?
because I saw when him saying like Lance when we
What?
messaged you, I was like, oh Jesus Christ! I was like,
Yeah,
No,
and
he
it's
literally
funny-
he messaged me separately and said, "Were you just playing?" I said,
No, it's funny because like literally, I comment, is everyone turning on him now? And Phil's like, did he message you again? I'm like, no. 'Cause I was just reading.
Wait,
the
he
dis-
messaged you about it?
before, but like when I was reading through all of it, I'm like, okay, it's not just Phil. It's like Lance is saying stuff, and then Jedi Mike was saying some stuff, and then Jake was saying some stuff, and Dre, I'm like,
It's just a bit now. Yeah.
yeah,
"No, I had to say something because it's just like, bro, some of the stuff you say, it just does not make sense logically. Like, I don't know how you come up with this stuff in
Yeah,
your mind.
and
It doesn't make sense."
and he doubles down on this shit because it's already been proven that what he saw was How to Train Your Dragon early, not Superman. The same night he claimed he saw Superman, so it's like a lot of the 20 out of 10.
I believe
is he
that.
still the DILF of the DCU?
Could
Of course
be.
he is.
That's what they definitely made him to be out in that werewolves movie he was in a little bit ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I have to see that. Like, I still have to see
it's
that.
it's decent. It's decent.
Is
yeah.
it really just the purge with werewolves?
Yeah. And Katrina Lawson is saw goals in it too, so there you go.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Well, Katrina Law. She's Katrina Law.
Yeah,
You
she's
don't
not.
see-
Yeah,
you
she's
don't see
pretty
no
solid.
Katrina Law. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell it was all about just showing there. It was all just waiting for Frank Grillo to take a shirt off. That's what we were waiting for. So
Holy shit.
I'll buy my
Yeah.
tickets now.
I don't think it's in theaters anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Straight to streaming.
Mhm.
Did you hear that we're getting another Lion King movie?
Oh, okay.
Woo!
What?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, and people are
Yeah.
asking the question, who asked for this? The people that went to the theater and gave this movie a buttload of money, and I was one of them.
I was one of them as well.
I didn't see it.
What's that song, Draven? You keep singing once in a
I've
while?
always wanted a brother.
There you go. Fuck
Everyone's
yeah.
Well, I finally watched Wicked last night.
How was it?
Yeah.
It was wicked.
You can't
Wicked
tell me
Dak.
Ariana Grande wasn't hilarious in that movie, bro.
I mean, I don't have anything necessarily bad to say about her. You know, I just what took me out of the movie was I didn't see Glinda or Galinda. I saw Ariana Grande in a pink outfit singing songs of Wizard of Oz. When I saw Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, I was like, okay, I buy this performance. But when it came to Ariana Grande, I was like, I don't buy this performance at all because all I see is just, you know, the singer Ariana Grande. And she's literally just doing the thing that she does best. And that's fine. But I've had people who have seen the musicals. I don't have any frame of reference for the musical. I've only just seen The Wizard of Oz, Return to Oz, and I've read maybe 1 or 2 of the books, if that, as a child. And that was fucking 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So going into this movie, I was just like, okay, well, it's a fucking musical. It's based off of the perspective of Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I understood that aspect.
Bless
of it.
you.
Like,
Oh,
he actually
you did it.
muted himself.
You
Good.
did it. Damn it.
Yes. Good job, Darren. But, you know, I was like,
gotta
okay,
stop
this
looking
is-
in the fucking lights, bro.
I was like, this is cool. You know, Michelle Yeoh, fucking Jeff Goldblum. I love both of them. They were great in what they did with what they did. But I was just, you know, every time it was Ariana Grande, I'm just fucking taken out of the movie because I'm just like, I can't see Glinda the Good Witch. I just see Ariana Grande. And if that's the only problem I have with the movie, then that movie achieved more than it did fail. So
Okay.
I thought it was good. I'm not saying like, don't watch it. I'm not saying rush out and watch it. If you like Wizard of Oz, watch the fucking movie. If you don't like Wizard of Oz, maybe don't watch the movie. If you don't like Ariana Grande, probably in your best interest not to watch this movie. If you love Ariana Grande, I wouldn't be shocked if you haven't seen this movie yet.
Right.
I don't know.
Has everyone seen it here?
No, I haven't.
3.5 out of
Oh,
3.5
damn.
out of 5. That's what
Yeah,
kind
you
of
gotta watch it.
I'll watch
And-
it one day. Yeah.
What did I rate it?
Who gives a fuck?
And
Knew you were
there's,
gonna
I
say
think, a thing
I
around that
fucking
movie.
Knew you were gonna say that.
And there's a thing around that movie that's kind of pissed me off a little bit, where like people are going, being like, I don't like musicals, but I'll go see it. I was like, no, you don't like musicals, don't watch Wicked. There are
Simple.
genres in place for a reason.
Right.
If you don't like musicals, you're not gonna like Wicked. That's just
Right.
plain and simple.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
When is Sabrina Carpenter gonna
loved
make
it.
her movie debut? I want to see that.
I don't know.
I don't
I've
think
never-
she's
okay,
interacting
Girl Meets
anymore.
World.
I've never
Maybe she'll
listened
do
to
a
a single
Juno-
song.
a
I've never
Juno
listened to a
thing.
single song by Sabrina Carpenter, by Taylor Swift, or Ariana Grande until Wicked. I've never
Same.
listened to a single song from any of them. She's now
Really?
the exception because of the fact I've watched Wicked and I've listened to her sing now. So I'm like, okay, I get it.
If Taylor
Well,
won't
she's
be
in,
Dazzler, make Sabrina Dazzler. Boom.
She's in Tall Girl, that really bad Netflix movie from a couple.
Oh no.
trying to think if I've seen that or not.
Oh, it's really bad. It's one of those like every year Netflix puts out like 5 bad like teen drama movies, and it's one of those.
Oh no.
Oh, so it's like the Hallmark Channel, except not at Christmas.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey.
Fair enough.
Come on, Sabrina. I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. Come on now. Like, give me something.
Well, she is single. I'll see myself out now.
I mean, she is though. So.
I mean, she is.
She's making this
Hallelujah.
She gotta get her to do that Juno, the
Shame
Juno
on me.
song, or
That was
whatever.
a bad joke.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. That was a bad joke. Slap my hand.
Hey man, 2025 is a new year, new resolutions.
I don't think so. Phil's gonna be the same old Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, dickhead.
At least until I see Superman, then I'll be extra. Then I'll be super dickhead.
God damn it, y'all trying to kill me. and shit.
And then you're gonna comment and say, "Guys, let's saw Superman. Who else saw it? Anybody else?"
No,
I think one of us we talked about it. We were like, this bit's gonna go all the way till July, and then
No, he already said that. Yeah, he said.
Oh,
Phil
for
said
sure.
that.
I'm
For
out.
that
Let's
council
go.
episode, you have to bring in Ryan.
yes. Oh.
All right, man. So we all saw Superman. Was it the same cut that you saw?
Was Batman in the cut?
No, I saw Batman in it. I saw fucking Hal Jordan in it. I saw so many characters in it you wouldn't believe. Oh my god!
It was an orgy. Never mind.
Oh shit!
They cut out so much. They cut out so much from my cut of the film, guys. My cut was so much better. Then I'm gonna be like,
It had dragons.
Oh, in my,
You
in
just
my
said
cut,
it was
Guy Gardner
terrible, though.
dies.
What's happening?
What?
Hot
I'm
girls half
confused.
naked. What?
What?
Oh, girls acting.
I'm okay with
Alright.
it.
I mean,
Shit! I better bring the butter.
What?
Hi, Draven.
Better bring
No,
the
they better
butter.
bring the butter for the engineer. Oof.
She was in Deadly Class, right?
I
They
think
better,
so.
they better
Yeah.
bring
Oh,
the
that's
butter
another
for,
show that shouldn't have.
bring the
fucking-
butter for Lex.
Oh,
No.
Nicholas.
Okay, fine. Bring the butter for Cat Grant.
There you go. There you go. Now we're talking. You know, it's the same chick in the Suicide Squad
Yep.
playing Cat Grant. Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
I remember her.
she's very bouncy.
Wait, let me look her up. Let me see this.
So there's a scene in
Draven's wife is
the
gonna
Suicide
bust in the door.
Squad
Like, what are you looking at?
where it's homeboy who takes in Harley Quinn and he's got a secretary. She's very bouncy. That's the same chick playing Cat Grant.
Of course it
We are
is.
literally like, this is like if we're at a bar. This is,
And I am very pleased with the fact she's playing Cat Grant for
Why? Because she's bouncy?
maybe. At least I'm honest.
I'm a fan.
I'm like Ryan.
If we're
But I'm
being completely
single.
honest, Ryan's gonna be better at not lying. I'm gonna have a talk with him. A man
A
talk.
sit down?
I
Is this
bet you
mafia
will.
shit?
Okay, Lance, here's the problem though. In order to have a man talk with another
Oh,
man,
boy.
they actually have to be a man, and you're
Oh,
talking to a
Jesus.
child.
Wow.
I mean, even Draven's a man. He has a child, for Christ's sake.
That's true.
Why are you bringing up council shit on another show?
Because council's tomorrow, and this is how we. This is a crossover.
Pre-council.
Yeah,
It's a crossover.
this is like
We're
the
all council
Arrowverse.
members. It's fine.
It is the Arrowverse. It's fun
This
crossovers.
is, this is the Arrowverse for real. Like I'm Green Arrow. Hold on.
This is Crisis on Party Nation,
It's
looks
always
like-
a crisis.
Follow me,
It's always a crisis.
and I'm the Reverse Flash because I'm an absolute menace.
You have
Yeah.
That's my name's
It was
Oliver
me,
Queen.
Barry. It was me all along.
Bet it was.
Just like, do y'all how creepy that was when he made his reverse flashpoint and he made it so like that he was with Iris.
Flash.
I'm like, so you made it so Iris has a old man fetish?
Yeah, why not?
No one ever said the writing in that show was top tier all the time.
I
What
said
show
like
we talking about?
like the
Flash.
Flash. Like it was like I think that was like season 8 where they did that like the last crossover or whatever. It's like I get it. I get the Reverse Flash is like supposed to be like a top tier menace. You don't get more menacing than like putting yourself with your like number one nemesis wife, and like just I used to sit back and think like, dang, the things he did to her when they were married in that timeline, like Jesus. They had kids.
It was me, Barry.
They had kids.
They probably do in that timeline. I wouldn't put it past Eobard to spit out some little evil speedster baby kids.
Spit out. Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Well, there is another character in the comics called Inertia. So yeah.
yeah. Bro, the way Wally did Inertia was so like goated, but like bogus. But it was rightful because Inertia is like an annoying little prick.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Wally in almost every single way.
Wow.
But you know, if I were to cast Inertia for the DCU, the perfect person to play Inertia is actually on the stream right now.
Who?
Me, right?
No, the guy stabbing a can on the live stream.
Oh, yeah, that would
I don't even know who this is.
Look him up. Look up
Probably a
Inertia.
shitty ass
DC
character though. Let's look. Here we go.
I mean, he's now frozen in time, but alive
Yeah.
in the in the Flash
Inertia,
Museum. Yeah,
the Flash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Inertia. INERTIA.
That's how you know to spell it.
Okay. But
Oh, he's cool. He looks cool.
I wasn't sure if you passed English class or not.
Yeah, he looks cool. Real cool.
so
I don't want to
I'd
be this fucking guy.
You could be Inertia. I'll be the Black Wally West.
Shit
of
sucks.
course. Darren is obviously
King Shark.
No, Captain Singh. He's obviously Captain Singh. Ronan, you're
The
muted,
Latino
Darren.
character.
I don't know how I
Cisco.
got muted.
Your vibe.
Yeah, Ronan's vibe.
Who's vibe?
Chainsaw.
I
Chainsaw
wonder
is
why.
Chainsaw is obviously Joe West.
Wow.
Who's Joe West? Let me look.
Wow.
Joe West,
You sure I'm not Gordon?
Played by Jesse T.
Flash.
Martin.
the Flash.
That's
Oh,
me. That's
yeah,
totally
it
me.
looks just like him.
Jake would hate me so much.
Yes. he would.
Chainsaw Reacts, my favorite black guy.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
I mean, Lance is my favorite Green Arrow.
I try. Is Barry and Tom related in the comics? No.
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 Not yet.
Oh my god.
That'll
No,
happen.
well,
yet.
I mean, no, it does. It kind of they do end up getting related, kind of, sorta.
Is that show worth watching?
But
What,
it's
Flash?
Yeah.
First few seasons.
First few seasons, yeah.
Until they get to lightsaber fight. Is that when I should?
Yeah.
It
It's,
falls off
I
right
think
before that.
the lightsaber fight is in the comics, except it's just a comic book cover, and you can barely see the lightsaber. Eric Wallace tried to do too much.
Yeah, he did.
I
It's just
think,
He really did.
Raven, I think you would like Superman and Lois. I think you would be really into
My
that.
wife likes Arrow for some reason. I don't know why.
What's Doom Patrol?
Oh, I get it. I know why.
I think she thinks the guy's hot or something like that. I don't.
Yeah, that's
fucking-
probably it.
I mean,
No offense,
honestly,
but yeah, that's
Draven, you
probably
do
it.
kind of look like Stephen Amell.
Who's that? Look.
What?
the guy that she thinks.
Green Arrow.
No, he looks like William. He looks like Oliver's kid.
You know what?
Wait, which one? The older one or the younger one?
the
the
younger
older
one.
Why are you always You promised me you wouldn't be Green Arrow anymore.
Yeah,
I hate you.
He's okay looking. I don't
I
think I look
said-
like him, but
Hey, can we just talk about the fact that if my dad was a superhero, I wouldn't be that whiny? I'd
That's
be
the
happy
hope.
as hell. I'm like, I'd be happy. My dad's a hero. Sweet. Can I be your
feel like-
sidekick?
I feel like if my dad was a hero, probably closer to Vegeta than anything.
I wouldn't want my dad.
Because
to
I'm
be
a
Vegeta.
fucking menace.
but I'm your daddy.
No, you're not.
Aw. All
You're my baby brother. That's what you are.
right, little bro.
Aw.
Aw. Darren, what time does your show start?
We moved to Mondays, so
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So wait. So I thought it was just me.
The-
What's
I'm not
going
on the application, so I don't even know what he said.
No.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about that off screen, Lance.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I was
Let's talk
shocked
about that
though.
later.
They moved the Critics' Choice Awards again.
Yes, they did.
Because
They
of the
take-
fire.
That makes sense.
It takes place in February now. I don't know why they thought moving it from the 12th to the 26th was enough time. Who's in charge of thinking?
I wonder how long they're gonna delay
Not me.
Fallout though, as well. Like until they get back to
Pretty
shooting.
much everything's delayed until they get those fires contained. So
Yeah.
Well,
not
anything
delayed,
that films
postponed. Yeah.
anything that films in LA is So they're probably not going to get
Yeah.
back to filming until next month.
We're cooked. Well,
If that.
Yeah,
And
but-
won't they
literally.
probably have to rebuild some
literally.
stuff too?
Yeah, they're
Like,
gonna have to.
Yeah.
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 Sets and I'm pretty sure there's like sets and stuff that they would need to kind of get back to doing what they were doing.
There was an
yeah.
actress who lost her house to the fire, and she went back when there was just rubble and stuff, and someone was taking pictures. And apparently, she asked the individual, "Oh, you're with the insurance?" She says, "No, I'm with the Fallout TV show." I was like, "What?"
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I saw one guy found his dog in the rubble. He was like crying and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
I was
I
like,
saw that
no,
video.
his dog was alive, so it was good. It was a good video.
Yeah, the dog survived like 5
Yep.
days. Yeah.
Yep.
But guys,
Tragic.
I have to go prep dinner because my family is almost here.
All right,
and
we'll
my
run your
wife
show
will-
for you.
My wife will beat me. So I want to
Yes,
thank
she will.
everybody for being on today.
course.
Shameless plug. There is Council of Creators tomorrow over on Chainsaw Reacts channel. So
What's that?
join
Who the
join
fuck
over
is that?
there for more
What's that?
unhinged craziness. I
No.
heard that a
Huh.
young man named Draven will be streaking on live on camera.
Mhm.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
And
Which
eating
one?
bread.
We're trying to
And
push the
eating bread.
envelope to see how far we can take the
Oh,
show.
if you want me to push the envelope, just give me 1, 2, 3.
Oh no.
Consider the envelope pushed wide the fuck open.
Oh god.
Before we go, Maddie says he's off to watch the new James Gunn Justice League. Let me know how that goes for you. Let me know who's cast as the Flash.
Justice League.
Let me know who plays Wally, because we all know Wally's going to be the Flash.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if James Gunn does direct Justice League. I bet he would. I bet he will.
I'd be open to it.
I bet he
think
will.
that's
He
new
got Zack
teams.
Snyder to direct
Yeah.
Justice League.
But yeah,
I would laugh.
I thank you all for being here, and Omega and Mike was here earlier, and Dorito was here earlier. Today was a good day. So signing off for now. God, what is this ending gonna be?
Ciao.
Bye.
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 Oh, it's like that? Later, haters!